All right, boys, it's week 15, also known as Crying Monday here in the fantasy football world. Everyone, you go on X, the Everything app, you go on Discord, and say, oh my God, oh, I'm running so bad. Look at this. Look at my pods. If you look at my pods, I'm having the worst luck that anyone has ever had in the history of fantasy football. No one could be more unlucky than me. And we are going to look into that stuff a little bit later. We're going to take a look at the pods. We're going to do all that. Well, we will do a little bit of, oh my gosh, I can't believe we lost. A more full Best Ball Mania leaderboard show is going to be coming on Wednesday. But as always, we are going to take a look back at the week that was in daily fantasy sports. Going to look at the Underdog portfolio, going to look at DraftKings, going to look at Fanduel. We are going to do all of that stuff. I hope that you guys had a phenomenal week 15. I hope that you are not running bad. I hope that you're running very good. In fact, look, if it wasn't going to be me in first place, I hope that it was some of you guys. Pretty good DFS day for me yesterday in salary cap. Main slate on Underdog, not nearly as good. So going to the main BR, a team that won main BR, honestly, a sick team here from James Berry, 74, 17% drafted Jared Goff, 99% drafted ETN, 70% drafted Hendo. Keeping it real. I thought Trevion Henderson was a bad pick, honestly. I took very, very little of Trevion Henderson. Let's see here. My exposures at the running back position. Trevion Henderson, I took 3.2%, $42 worth of teams on Trevion Henderson. I guess the way I was thinking Trevion Henderson was he just doesn't project well enough to be drafted as often as he was. Now, what was so interesting about the week 15 slate was, well, not everyone was actually drafted all that often. That was kind of the very interesting thing, was that was a 13 game slate. There were so many good games, right? So you had Washington, New York, that was very good. You had Buffalo, New England, that was really good. Baltimore, Cincinnati, that was really good. Then you had, the Houston guys. You had Woody Marks, Nico Collins, CJ Stroud. You had the 49ers as huge favorites. You had, what are you going to do with the Seattle Seahawks? Then you, of course, had Detroit, LA. Like, it was just this huge slate where guys really ended up not being, 100% drafted all that often. So maybe I should have changed my tune a little bit about Trevion Henderson. Like maybe I was wrong to have done it. Puka Nacua, obviously great pick. St. Brown, obviously great pick. So I guess he started Puka, St. Brown. Then at the next turn, he would have taken Trevion and McBride. Then he would have ended with ETN Jr. Well, no, so did he get McBride really late? He got McBride at 16. Oh, he ended with Henderson. Okay, so he waited on Henderson, which is not real. So no, see, this is wrong. You got to, if you are just blindly fading and trusting the projection on Henderson, you would not have played any of him. Henderson projected very poorly. Here, if I can let me just pull up the classic slate opto, or here, your projections. Nope. All right, I got to pull up the classic slate opto. So that was the issue with Henderson, was everyone knows he had a ceiling, but he projected as a very middling running back. So here we got Trevion Henderson down at 11.96 points on Run the Sims, worse than Rico Dowdle, the same as DeAndre Swift. Let's go look on the solver and see what Trevion Henderson would have projected for. Trevion Henderson on the solver projected for 11.95. So exactly the same. So you have a 70% drafted guy who projects worse than DeAndre Swift. Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you trust the poor projection and fade. Yeah, I mean, if every slate got to be played an infinite number of times, then yeah, I think that's right. when looking at the Underdog Week 15 stuff. But, the thing is you don't get to play. You don't get to play every slate. So this is definitely not true. You literally have to make bad plays in daily if you were looking to come in first. That's definitely it's just not true at all, because look at this team that came in second. So this team is duped, but this team also has Trevion Henderson, but it has all 100% drafted guys. This team, though, this team in third, this is just a great team. Trevor Lawrence at 7.1%. You've got James Cook, who projected very well, ETN, who projected very well, Jamar Chase, who projected very well, Zay Flowers, who projected very well, and Trey McBride, who projected very well. This is just a really, really good roster. So shout out Jay Slays. What was this? So this team got duped 3 times. What team was this? Stafford, ETN, Henderson, Puka. Oh, so Stafford instead of what? Lawrence? Stafford instead of Goff. Stafford instead of Goff gives you the dupe. Interesting that the Goff team was, I guess Goff team was unduped because he wasn't drafted as often. My best team was what? Stafford, Jacobs, Tracy. So there you go. 34% drafted Josh Jacobs gets 22. Tyrone Tracy, 3% drafted gets 23. So I guess what? I had the winning team. What did I do? I had the winning team. No, I had the chop team, but instead of Etienne and Henderson, I had Jacobs and Tracy. So there you go. There is that's, I mean, could you say that's a mistake? Was that too thin? Was doing Jacobs and Tracy too thin? Yeah, certainly could have been too thin, right? Maybe you don't need to be double scrolling. In fact, you probably don't need to be double scrolling. So maybe that was a little bit of a tactical error by me. I wonder if I had anything else that was any good. Hurts and Goddard, not really. Stafford, ETN, Tracy, Puka, St. Brown with Brenton Strange. Yeah, so McBride scored so many points that it was just impossible to win without him. Here's one. I thought I was so rich with this team. 44 points from Trevor Lawrence, 30 points from ETN. I was like, oh shit, dude, I'm going to win the Deposit Kingdom. I did not win the Deposit Kingdom. I min cashed with a Trevor Lawrence team. I'm 50-50 to advance a May, Jaden, Anthony Richardson team in BBM. Send prayers. All right, we're praying for Andrew. Advance 2-8 to week 15, 1-2 to next week. Last year went 1-4, 1-1. Am I lucky or good? Hey, why not both? Why not both, AG? I mean, look, the thing that no one wants to admit is that to do good in these contests, you have to both be lucky and you have to be good. Benny has a top 160 sweat in the sprint. GZ. You'll love to see that. What won? Let's see. What won like the victory formation? Like what won the single entry? 147 won the single entry. Dart, Jacobs, Chase Brown. So the combo you absolutely had to have that was non-negotiable was Puka, St. Brown, and McBride. Those had to be your first 3 picks. 168. Wow. So the guy in the extra point gapped the field by 16 with May, ETN, Hendo, Nico, St. Brown, and Trey McBride. What a fucking baller. Shout out to all the dudes having good years on the dog application. Shout out to Sun007. Wow, the guy who got 6th in the victory formation didn't even have McBride. Well, he would have had to have had. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Chad. Wow, Chad, you got 6th without Trevor Lawrence and without McBride. That's crazy. 6th. Wow. Pat, my boy Patrick Klein has Pitts and McBride and is losing in a pod by 0.5 to Peter Overzet. Well, that's just dark. That's just dark. GM. Is this the Adam Thielen nuke game prayer circle? I mean, I guess it could be. You know what? You're right, man. Ethical hooping doesn't really get you in here. All right, we got Eggers in here. Eggers with the Drake May, James Cook bring back, Trevion Henderson correlation, JSN, Michael, Randy Moss Wilson, and Trey McBride. Pretty good. Pretty good. No real sweats for me though. I mean, I had some stuff in there. OMG is chasing me in a BBM. I'm fading Waddle. Well, how am I doing with Pat Mahomes? I'm doing bad. I'm doing poor. I cannot believe that he tore his ACL, man. Like, I was hoping when he went down, I was like, please just let that be a hyperextension. Because I cannot. This whole offseason is going to be like, well, do the Chiefs use this as a developmental year? Do they blah, 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 blah. Like, Kelsey obviously is going to retire, not going to play next year. So they're going to get his money off the books, which I guess is helpful. Maybe like Chris Jones, like Chris Jones is getting to the point where he might not be as effective next year. Nagy has got to go. All right, you know what? I'm going to make a timestamp for this so that if anyone doesn't want to hear me talk about the Chiefs, they don't have to hear me talk about the Chiefs. So here's Chiefs talk. Skip if you don't want it. This is truly what I think you have to do for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that the Chiefs need to get rid of as much flotsam as possible on their roster. 2025 Chiefs cap. And they do have flotsam, right? So if we look at their 2026 cap hold, they have a couple guys. So they got Chris Jones, who is 32. They are paying one of these guys. Now, this is where my inability to understand defensive stuff is going to be miserable. One of these corners, I don't remember which one, they literally don't play him. I think it's Christian Fulton. One of these guys they signed and they literally don't play him. But the offense needs to be, or the defense really needs to be based around a lot of these young guys. Mahomes will be cheap. Mahomes is for sure playing quarterback week 1 for the Chiefs, right? He would have to have some kind of pretty serious setback in order to not be the quarterback week 1. I mean, Christian Watson just came back in 7 weeks and he's a wide receiver. Yeah. I would say he's starting week 1. Mahomes definitely will be cheap. No, I mean, I'm not asking for anyone to feel bad for the Chiefs. Like, obviously the Chiefs are in a great situation. It's been a great team to root for. I'm happy for all these guys, but obviously what you've got to do, got to rework the offensive line stuff. Like, you need to add at least one more stud offensive lineman somehow. And most importantly, you absolutely have to get a wide receiver who can beat man coverage. You got to get it. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know if it's a rookie. 2026 NFL free agent wide receivers. Maybe you do it via a trade. So the free agent wide receivers, Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers can beat man coverage. Let's get Jacoby in. Let's get my boy Jacoby Myers in to the Kansas City Chiefs. Juwan Jennings, I think. Rashid Shaheed could be a good Chiefs contributor. That's probably about it. Yeah. Well, Wandale hasn't been paid. Can we get Wandale to the Kansas City Chiefs? Well, okay. This is cope. Come on. The Chiefs are going to be horrendous next year. That's cope. That's cope. The list is not that gross if you understand what you need the guy the Chiefs are signing to be. The Chiefs don't need to sign. They do not need to sign their wide receiver 1. The Chiefs don't need to get CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson. Like they don't need that. Rashee Rice is going to lead the team in targets, receptions, and yards next year. But what they need is in bad and poor matchups for and keep in mind Kelsey's not going to be there too. So that's going to be a big shift for them not having Travis Kelce. They just need a pretty consistent man beater guy. Yes, and so I agree with this. I was saying this yesterday on ship chasing, but if you think about it, what the Chiefs, like what's actually missing on the Chiefs? Well, they don't have Sammy Watkins. They don't have Marquez Valdes-Scantling. They don't have Demarcus Robinson. They do not have their sacrificial X. If you go back in the years, so Hopkins was like a really shitty version of that. They didn't really have that guy last year, and that made a huge impact in their offense. If you go back to 2023 Super Bowl win, they have Justin Watson and Marquez Valdes-Scantling in that role. You go back to 2022, and they had Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Justin Watson, and Sky Moore kind of all operating in that role. You go back to 2021, that was the Demarcus Robinson year. You go back to 2020, wasn't 2020 the Watkins year? Yeah, 2020 was the Watkins Demarcus Robinson year. Well, yes. I mean, also you can like there's this idea, right, that we all kind of agree with, that running backs don't matter. And running backs don't matter, but it definitely matters if you have the literal worst running game in the NFL. The Chiefs, each of the last 3 seasons, have finished dead last in explosive run rate. 32, 32, 32 in explosive run rate. I mean, you can't, yeah. Running backs don't matter except when they do. You can't. It's very hard to win football games the way football is being played in 2025 with defenses keep everything in front of them. Your quarterback is asked to do this like Herculean processing after every snap to try and figure out where to get the ball going. You got to get some explosive plays. Yes. Yeah. This is basically running backs doesn't matter. Don't mean literally have the shittiest running backs in the leagues. It means that you can survive. Yeah. Kareem Hunt would have been really good in his role, but he had to elevate and play a different role. I would honestly be fine with Kareem Hunt back on the team next year if they had a, I don't know. I mean, how much better of, like, let's say the Chiefs did actually do this trade for Breece Hall. They're probably way better, right? And I'm not saying the offensive line is good. The offensive line has also been very injured. They've missed a ton of offensive line stuff via injury, right? Well, yeah. I mean, you can't draft a first round running back, but there are plenty of running backs who would make the Kansas City Chiefs better. Well, how about this? Let's go look at the 2026 NFL free agent running backs. So I bet there's someone on this list. Rico Dowdle is a free agent. Breece Hall is a free agent. Kenneth Walker is a free agent. How good? Okay. How good would Kenneth Gainwell be on the 2026 Kansas City Chiefs? How, like, seriously, Kenny Gainwell, the Chiefs probably make the Super Bowl this year if Kenneth Gainwell's on the team. Sean Tucker, I mean, ETN is probably going to be too much money for them. I don't know. Do you guys, like, maybe I am just rose-colored glasses. I don't think the Chiefs are going to be that bad next year. Maybe they will. Maybe they will be bad again. I also would think that Matt Nagy probably needs to be let go of his duties. Like, Matt Nagy has been so bad for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, you can look at Mahomes's career stats and you're like, "Oh, I wonder when Matt Nagy took over." So Matt Nagy takes over in 2023. Mahomes goes from 8.1, 8.8, 8.3, 8.1, 7.4, 8.1 YPA, 7, 6.8, 7.1. His touchdown rate goes down, sack rate goes up. I like, obviously, like, if you think I I see what you're saying, Justin, but look at some of these losses. So look at some of these really bad Kansas City Chiefs losses. So really bad loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? The running game in this game, 7 for 49 from Kareem Hunt, 7 for 36 from Pacheco. Just like totally dusty, right? The loss to the Dallas Cowboys, awful loss to the Dallas Cowboys. In that game, 14 for 58 from Hunt, 3 for 16 from Pacheco. Is it giga hope to say maybe in rehabbing his knee, his mechanics from his bulky ankle get fixed? I mean, that feels like huge cope. B Spurf pointing out that's over. Sorry. 14 for 58. Not 85, 58. Sorry. 14 for 58. I mean, clearly the Mahomes ankle stuff is an issue, but that probably gets fixed, right? I mean, I don't know how much of the deep passing stuff is Mahomes, how much of it is Nagy, how much of it is the wide receivers. Like, I don't know. I'm not one of these football geniuses, but it's definitely not good. What it feels like to me is that more or less the Chiefs have reached the logical conclusion of this version of the team. So you try and draft Xavier Worthy as the Tyreek replacement. He's clearly not Tyreek. I mean, going all the way back, they tried to draft McCole Hardman to be a Tyreek replacement. There is no replicating Tyreek. You can't replicate Tyreek in a player. You can't replicate Tyreek in the aggregate. Can't be done. Can't replicate Travis Kelce. Can't replicate Travis Kelce in the aggregate. Can't I don't know if it's I'm sorry, bro. The Kansas City Chiefs with a first ballot Hall of Fame coach, first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback are not tanking, brother. I'm sorry, bro. It's not happening. Is there also something to Reed's scheme being so complex they have to play dusty olds instead of incorporating? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Let me think about this, because I know Reed's scheme is pretty complex, but at the same time, it's like that's also Andy Reid's preference, right? That also is how Andy Reid prefers to do it. Like, Andy Reid likes playing veterans. That's just what he likes to do, right? It feels like more of a trust issue than anything else. That I think I agree with. The fastest 40 time list is basically an all-time bust list. Yeah, and Worthy, I that's a good point. Worthy is not a bust, but he's just not very good. Worthy is going to be like a pretty decent wide receiver 3 for the rest of his career. Kind of like Hollywood, actually. No, Smith definitely did not have any chances. What? That's crazy, dude. Brashard Smith had chances. Brashard Smith never played. I bet Brashard Smith on the season, I bet he's got, well, we can actually find out. I bet he's got less than 100 snaps. On, off. Oh, okay. He's got 143 total snaps, but 28 of them came in that huge blowout against the Raiders. I don't remember this 18 snaps against the Colts. I don't know, 3 for 31. I would definitely disagree with the idea that Brashard had chances and couldn't do anything. He's been terrible. I mean, I don't think there's any way to say that's true. Like, I would guess that looking at his PFF stuff, I'm going to guess he's graded pretty well. Brashard Smith, view in premium stats, offense. Yeah, I mean, he's basically been fine. No, Chief. I mean, maybe you can kind of start. Maybe you can kind of start Rashee Rice. Like Rashee, what did Michael Pittman Jr. do with Gardner Minshew? Gardner Minshew started when? Okay, 2023 for the Indianapolis Colts. Michael Pittman Jr. Yeah, Michael Pittman Jr. had 1,000 yards, 109 receptions. Oh, took first in the Thunderdome on a Purdy double stack. Got the idea from you on the Swolecast, you rock, man. Craig, what a fucking guy. What a fucking guy. Shout out to Craig. Shout out to Craig for winning the Thunderdome. You know what? Let's pull up your I should be able to pull up the contest dashboard here in I can't. There is no Thunderdome post contest sim, but appreciate you, brother. Yeah, shout out to Craig B54 with the super chat. What a guy. You're a good man. And honestly, the Purdy stuff, kind of unfortunate that Trevor Lawrence scored so many points because the Purdy stuff came in way under-owned. The Purdy stuff looked awesome. People are saying it does pay to be a Swoley. What is my way too early wildcard Chiefs percentage? Okay, well, I guess that's good. We should go look this up. All right, Underdog Fantasy. All right, we're done. If you're watching on replay, we are done with Chiefs talk. I'll put in another timestamp. Chiefs talk is over. There you go. You got 16 minutes of Chiefs talk. All right, Underdog. We want drafts completed way too early. I have no idea what the exposures are going to be, but it's probably not going to be good on Kansas City Chiefs stuff. I'm guessing. Not falling for that marketing. Okay, so Stafford and Puka are my most drafted. I guess let's just do Chiefs. I've got 22.7% of Mahomes and Rice. So 20 at least 22% of my way too early wildcard teams are done. Not loving that. I mean, I guess it could have been worse, but it also could have been a lot better. 22.7%. All right. Well, I mean, got a lot of Bills. I was drafting 49ers then. A lot of Rams, a lot of Broncos. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. How much money do you think you spent on Underdog this year? Like in terms of like total spend, like with like putting the money back in. I mean, if you do total volume, it'd be, I don't know, 75, 80,000. In terms of like actual dollars in, not counting like rehypothecated, probably like 25K, I would guess. The good news is that there are probably 1 to 3 dead teams in every early playoff best ball pod. Yeah, that's probably true. I do have a deal with Underdog. I get paid in I get paid in site credits, not real US dollars. So the only my actual money, I think of my own actual money I'm probably in for about, I guess, like probably $8,000 of my own money on Underdog, I would think, over like, because by the time the big board comes out, I'm out of site credits. So big board is my own money. The dinger, the MLB best ball, is also out one before, because my deal with Underdog renews in July. So the dinger would have been done on my own money. And then I deposited for the way too early. That's only $750, but I deposited for the way too early wild card. Yeah, I'd guess about 8,000, but I could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less. I agree. I think the Bills are just like clearly the team you need in playoff best ball. Davis, want to thank you for the cash help over the last few weeks. Not a huge hit, but went 29 for 29. There we go. Cash game king. Am I doing any golf? Probably not. I don't have enough. Like, I don't have enough skill edge, I don't think, in those games. Like, I think, and I mean, obviously you guys are going to laugh at this, but like, I think I still have like a pretty decent-ish edge in a lot of the best, like the NFL stuff, and even baseball too. Skipped the college football playoffs. Got a big dog through to round 3 without Pitts or McBride. Wow. Okay. Let's go DFS stuff real quick. Because I had a pretty double here. So we can go ahead and do this. We'll do DFS. Then we'll do a high stakes check in. Then we will do a playoff best ball draft. Chilling. Wow. What is it about this Monday? I guess people got their stimmy check. Shout out to JBOJ4OP. Thanks for the stream this season. Just lost my last eliminator squad to a Kyle Pitts team. All right, well, we can actually go look at that because we can go pull up the eliminator tab. Which one are you, buddy? Looks like our boy Purple Yosh took a loss here. Our boy, Philly Eth in the Deposit Kingdom with a loss there as well. Sad. He hasn't updated the tab yet. Okay. Oh, those are last week. All right. Well, never. He's been busy. Oh, he's Bird James 13. All right. Well, let's see what he would have gotten this week. Bird James 13. So would have gotten a good but not great score from Allen, bad from Darnold, very bad from McCaffrey, very bad from Taylor, good score from Cook, nothing from Mason, like 15 from Dowdle, nothing from Devonta, like 18 from Jennings, nothing from Shakir, nothing from Mooney, nothing from Mims, nothing from Kirk, nothing from Palmer. Good but not great score from Michael Wilson, nothing from Tutu, nothing from Cade. So it's the way she goes. Lost to Gunnar Ross. All right. I mean, that's the way she goes. Hell of a run, dude. Making it to week 15. Let's see, what would Gunnar Ross have done to you this week? So Gunnar Ross got a good score from Knicks this week. You guys both had CMC and Taylor. He didn't get much from Algier. You guys both had Dowdle. So you would have been looking at this matchup thinking you kind of should have been favored a good bit. He got nothing from Wilson, didn't get an explosion from JSN, Flowers, or Rashid, or Kyle Williams, or Jalen McMillan, or Evan Ingram. And he fucking beat you with Goddard and Pitts, dude. He beat, dude, Goddard and Pitts. I mean, that is just, what can you do? My concern with the Mahomes injury is there'll be no offseason to build a new scheme because they're running a scheme. No, it's gonna be the same scheme. I wonder what the fact that my only projected advanced teams are from a massive overlay contest. Sometimes that's just the game, bro. I don't recall a year where so many of the regular season advance rate guys. It happens every year. Happens every year. You are definitely misremembering to some degree because it does happen every single year. So real quick DFS recap. We've got I did this in the $75 single entry on FanDuel. Felt honestly very good about this team. Purdy was only 12%. JCM at $5,500 on FanDuel was only 14% owned. I really liked Barkley, and I really liked Henry yesterday. Thought they would be underowned. Turned out to not be accurate in any way, shape, or form. But they both ended up being pretty low owned. I knew I wanted to do at least one Purdy double. Jennings 10%. What did he cost? 6,200. Chase over St. Brown here obviously feels terrible. Took the JMO chalk. Kittle at 18. So the funny thing is Kittle didn't matter because Kittle doesn't matter because McBride scores so many points. I wonder what the winning team was. Ralphie D was Stroud 7%, Trevion 7%, ETN 8%, Nico, only 15% St. Brown. So he did St. Brown and JMO. Took a 0 from Likely and played a 0.8% owned Blake Corum to get the shipper. On DraftKings, I guess we can go over to DraftKings right now. Let's go to the live tab. I only have one advancing on DraftKings right now. One of 29 teams is getting through. There's a Goff team with Trevion Henderson, DeAndre Swift, Puka Nacua, JMO, 22 ball from DJ Moore, 48 points from Kyle Pitts. I think I would still be advancing in this pod without Kyle Pitts, which is actually insane. Rashid Shaheed in the flex. It's a Stafford team. Also has Caleb. Also has Devontae Adams. Woody Marks, who's hurt now. Theo Johnson. Aronde Gadsden. Wow, it's a Bowers team. A Pitts Bowers team advancing. Pacheco, who's basically a 0. Jalen Wright, who's basically a 0. Cedric Tillman, who's basically a 0. Miles Sanders, who's out for the year. And Deontay Johnson. Did I draft any non-millie teams on DraftKings? I did not. I do plan on doing so next year. I think honestly I'm going to be doing more. I'm going to be doing more volume, just more volume in general next year. Yes, a 4 tight end Pitts Bowers team. I would assume. God, is there a correlation here? There's I don't know. I know I was just taking Gadsden a lot late. Maybe I took Gadsden because Keandre Lambert-Smith got taken or something. But I know I was just taking Gadsden a lot late. Yeah, more volume. How is more volume possible? Well, first off, if you can see it, it can happen. I guess Bowers and Johnson is week 17. Honestly, it would just be that I wanted Gadsden. That's really it. It would just be that I wanted to take Gadsden more. More volume from the guy with a 1-month-old who drafted 2,000 teams. I mean, it's just a matter of prioritizing and focusing. So probably what I will do is really, if I'm just being 100% real, I will probably just read a little bit less next year. I will probably spend less time reading and more time drafting. I will also probably do more slow drafts. And honestly, I will also probably use the sidekick a bit more. So I don't do a ton of slow drafts with the sidekick. A lot of what I do with slow drafts is I just pull up my phone, I make the picks, send it. So probably what I'll do is I'll have like blocks of time when I will just sit down, pull the sidekick up on my computer, and just rip out a bunch of drafts. And as Mac Nova says, why try to better myself when I can gamble more? So that's a good point. Why would you try and better yourself when you can simply gamble more often? I recommend playing the marathon next year. I regret only doing 20 entries into it. So I probably won't, because I imagine I will have some sort of agreement with drafters. I will probably have some kind of like marketing affiliate I will probably have a marketing deal with drafters. I did draft the same. I drafted the most non superflex teams, but there's always more contests out there. Because the deal is, man, you get to week 15, you get to week 16, and you say, well, shit, I wish I would have drafted more teams. Or I guess realistically, you could say, I wish I would have drafted better teams. But as Ball is Life says, every time you read is a missed opportunity to draft a shipper. I could also something I have not done since COVID is I could start doing audiobooks, put on a little audiobook. And I've been reading a ton, even having a child. Like I still have having a child, drafting playoff best ball, drafting battle royales. Like I still have plenty of time to read. So, we'll figure it out. It'll be okay. Drafts 2,000 teams. Maybe I should have drafted more teams. Yeah, I like the sprint idea. I like all these contests. Maybe I will. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I will do the sprint next year or something. I'm gonna make sure to chase overlay next year. Well, is there really? All right, you guys want to look the BBM? Is that what we want to do? All right, how about this? Let's go look at the high stakes stuff real quick, and then we'll do BBM. We'll go to, actually, wait, hold on. I do just want to show, for anyone who did not watch the Gilcast, I want to show you guys that that I never learned my lesson. Let's go spy. This is the team that I played in the spy yesterday. Mahomes, Gibbs, JCM, Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Harold Fannin, Mark Andrews, and the Raiders defense. Maybe it's good for me. Maybe in the end, it's good for me that Mahomes is not playing. This lineup simmed like crazy. No, we are well, Urbana King, I just did my DK team, but we are about to do BBM. Yeah, there you go. Not great. What was the winning spy team? Winning spy team: Goff, ETN, JCM, Puka, St. Brown, JMO, Gunnar Helm, Blake Corum, and the Saints D. Jeezy, I did. I went out on my sword. People blank with 50 to 70. Yeah, it happens all the time. My buddy gets 2 out of 5 to week 16. One team scored 137. It's insane. Looks like 212.32 won the spy. Sometimes it's, yes, winning username, Donkey Nuts. Any thoughts for the Chiefs next year? If you go back to 11 minutes into the stream, we did 15 minutes on the Chiefs. I don't know if we achieved any answers, but we did it. All right. You guys waited long enough. Let's pull up bbmdb.com. So, and we'll figure out if we're going to be getting any more teams through. Hope we do. We'll figure it out. BBM Sweats. So, looks like I've got one team that's 97% to get through. I've got a team that's 1.3 points ahead. 1.3 points ahead. I'm being chased by OMG, and I'm being chased by Quinn Taurus. Do I have anyone left to play? So I got 18 from Caleb, 25 from Bijan, 22 from Jacobs. Brandon Ayuk, 0. And I've got no one left to play. So that team is probably cooked. That one's probably done. So looks like I'm gonna lose a McBride team. Imagine the KLS points counted, bro. Imagine the KLS points counted. So I guess this team really needed one more passing touchdown from Caleb Williams, is basically what happened. This team is 4% to get through. So it is 137 chasing a 154, and it has what remaining? Okay, so an A-chain explosion, A-chain and Waddle. So Waddle replaces Slayton, and A-chain replaces Aaron Jones. It's possible. I wouldn't say it's likely, but it's definitely possible. Trying to see, and that's it. That's all I've got for Sweat. So I've got one that's 97% to get through, one that is 24% to get through, and one that is 4% to get through. That's the name of the game. Looks like better luck in the big board. 100%, 88%, 98%, 82%, 95%, 11% on this one. So 11%, only down to Cam Ward at quarterback. And I've got no one left to play. Shout out to Gunnar Helm for there. So that one's probably dead. 93%, 86%. We got a 4%er here. So the 4%er is down by 14 points with Caleb Johnson left to play tonight. Ollie Gordon left to play tonight. And that's it. So yeah. Basically Kenneth Gainwell would also have to be sick for that one to get there. And I think that's it. But yeah, look. That is a very good result for me. I feel like expected to advance 6.6 teams. I would definitely take that, right? Big board final would be really nice. I wonder what am I sweating in this one? So I'm 93%. I'm 5% to advance versus J Guts. So yeah, a lot of these are really close. 6 points behind. Just the name of the game. This one scored 70. I'm a dead last in my pod. Let's see what it is. Mayfield, Herbert, Stafford, Gibbs, Hendo. Got 3 points from Ladd. Got 3 points from Tet. 4 points from Jalen McMillan. 0 points from... I got a 0 in the tight end room. Straight zeros in the old tight end room. Okay, what other tournaments? I don't have any big dog sweats. I don't have any bigger board or biggest board. Bulldog didn't advance any. Bulldog 2 didn't advance any. The Chihuahua expected to advance 1. 95% to advance a Josh Allen, Cam Ward, Trevion, Pollard, Etienne. Woody Marks is dead. Puka, AJ Brown did get some points from Josh Downs, but David Njoku and Ertz are out. What's first place in the Chihuahua? Wow, Brashard Smith is on half my advancing teams. Imagine. Need under 16.6 from A-Chain to advance a 6 team that has only 8 points at tight end with 3 live. I mean, hey, that A-Chain under 16.6 and half PPR is very live. The Chihuahua 2, advancing none, expecting to advance 0. The Chow Chow, oh, that looks sick. Oh, God. Oh, and this was 2 advance out of this pod. Oh, that is unfortunate. Stafford Puka couldn't get it done. Nothing from McBuka. This damn, I would have felt really good about this team. Gosh, that's unfortunate. The Corgi didn't advance. The Dachshund, not even close. The Dalmatian didn't advance any. The German Shepherd, advancing none. The German Shepherd 2, advancing 3. Hey, 100%. Okay, and I beat out Billy 10 by 2 points. Let's see if this team's any good. Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence, CMC and Henderson, Rip Scattaboo, counted 5 points from Tank. Got Kyle Monungai as well. AJ Brown, Teteroy McMillan, 0 from Travis Hunter, Downs, Coleman, Noel, Andrews, and Kyle Pitts. Can you click on all the individual teams on the portfolio tab? Yeah, sadly, George Pickens at some point in the most recent 2 weeks decided he doesn't want to play. Yeah, see, you can only look at the top team in portfolio. You can only look at the top team in the portfolio. Yeah, dude, who needs a wide receiver 3? All right, so we're looking good in the German Shepherd 2. 78% to get an advancing team in the German Shepherd 3 here. So what do I need? I'm chasing down Gregory Leone. So I'm down 11 points to Gregory Leone. And I've got A-Chain replacing Jordan Mason. And that's it. So A-Chain has to get to 15 for that one to advance. The German Shepherd, but Superflex, we're dead. The Golden, we didn't advance. The Golden 2, we didn't advance. I don't know if I did any Great Danes. Didn't advance any. Great Dane 2 didn't advance. The Greyhound was a single entry. I didn't advance. The Hound Dog didn't advance. The Husky, tough. No luck in the Husky. Down by 24, down by 31. The Husky 2, 99% to get through. Mayfield and Kyle Pitts. Who knew you needed the week 15 correlation? Do you guys know about the week 15 correlation? So this is, I speculated this on patreon.com/DavisMattic. This was my speculation. What do you guys think about the chances that the Cowboys and George Pickens have reached some kind of handshake agreement on the amount of money that they're going to pay George Pickens? And so the reason that Pickens is not trying right now is he already knows the team is going to pay him. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. Seems possible. Nothing like JCM's points counting for me here. JCM outscoring Chase Brown. Got nothing from wide receiver. Yeah, nothing from Debo, nothing from Igbuka. So that team is going to be thin at wide receiver. Little board getting 2 more through, maybe a third. So I need what do I need? I need A-Chain or Warren to replace Brock Bowers' points. Might get a Bowers McBride team through, which could be fun. Although, man, the Raiders are a tough watch. Little board 2, advancing 1, and might get another one through. So I've got 135, and I need to get to 143 with who remaining? Who do I have left? Not Gibbs, Tracy, Guerrero, Algier, London out, Wicks, Io Manor. What am I, is this? Oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong team. Looks like I need Jalen Wright or Jalen Waddle to get 9 points. You think that's it? You think that's it? You think it's the handshake deal? As a Cowboys fan in the weeds, I'd say it's 90% he gets tagged in a long-term deal this summer. Yeah. Anyone else advance a Mahomes team with no other quarterbacks? Not yet. All right. So we'll get a couple Little Board 2 teams through. Little Dalmatian gonna get one team through, which is a Bo Nix team with only Bo Nix, Bijan, JT Henderson, DJ Moore, Jalen Waddle, Golden, Burden, Besh, Wandale, and Trey McBride. Little Dalmatian 2. I advanced 39 teams down to 3. Oh, 39 teams down to 3. That is tough, bro. And it could get up to 4.1 because we've got this one is 47%. So I am, where am I in this pod? Oh, it's just a matter of can I hold on? So on this one that's 47%, tonight I have got Aaron Rodgers, who could maybe replace JJ McCarthy's points. And I've got Jalen Waddle, who's going to replace Golden, and Adam Thielen also, who could replace Adam Thielen could maybe get better than 17. And then this team is in second. Lot up in the air there. If A-Chain scored over 18, I'll be in Discord instead of going to therapy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They said on air Dak could tell when George was checked out of the game and he just spammed Lamb more. Okay. I need to gain 5 points. There we go. I misread the leaderboard. All right. So could maybe get up to 1, 2, 3, 4. Could maybe get up to 5 teams in the next round of the Little Dalmatian 2. The Marathon didn't do. The Mastiff didn't do. Mini Golden didn't advance. The Mini Schnauzer were dead. We're dead in the Mini Schnauzer. The Pitbull were dead in the Pitbull. The Pointer, oh man. And I remember one of these Pointer teams was really good. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was this team. Caleb, Stroud, Dart, A-Chain, Cook, Warren, Gordon, Keaton. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't that good. The Pomeranian, we're going to get at least one through with Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Rodgers. Ooh, advancing a CMC team. Pacheco's basically dead. Jaden Blue's basically dead. Braylon Allen's dead. Dowdle's dead. Tucker's more or less dead. London's probably dead. Ayuk is dead, but it's a McBride and Pitts team. So we're cooking. The Pomeranian 2. Ooh. All right. Well, we might lose a couple here in the Pomeranian 2. Not the Adam Thielen cope. Yeah, DJ Moore, the guy we needed. Who knew? All right. What's this sweat here? 4.3 points. So I'm fading Kobe Obi. My team is basically done. I've got, who do I have left to play? We've got Jonnu left to play tonight, so Jonnu could keep me alive in the Pomeranian 2. Pomeranian 3, we're getting 4 through. Might lose this one to Sugar Cookie Man 24. And I've got what left to play? So Tua could pretty easily replace Caleb's points. Caleb Johnson is not going to get any points. And I guess I just didn't stack Tua, so Tua's on this team for no reason. I wonder if I auto-drafted that. I wonder what was going on there. I mean, I don't know if Pickens is dead, but it's not great. It's like he's literally just not trying. I mean, what do you make of that? What do you make of a guy who literally is out on a football field not trying? The Poodle didn't do any. The Pug didn't advance any. The Pug 2 didn't advance any. The Pug with Superflex advanced 1, didn't get through. The Puppy. Okay, I'm 1%. PD is giving me a 1% chance to get through to 143. 1%. What is my 1%? My 1% is a Jalen Waddle mega nuke. That's it. A Jalen Waddle mega nuke in the Puppy. The Puppy 2, we got 1 through. May, Stafford, Rogers. So 3, only 1 dead player on this team, Mason Taylor, who's not even dead. I think he just got ruled out. Yeah. Unstacked Tua was a sidekick play. That's true. May, Stafford, Rogers, A-Chain, Chase Brown, Tony Pollard, Jalen Warren, Tootin, Rashard Smith, Puka, Flowers, Jennings, Pittman, Burden, Wandale, Tutu, Kittle. All right, there's my Puppy 2 bullet. Puppy 3. Oh, graveyard. I advanced 17 teams in this fucking graveyard. All right, I am 9%. So I have to get from 148 to projected 163 with Jalen Warren. And that's it. So yeah, it's Jalen Warren. And then in this one, I'm 61% to improve my standing with what, Jonnu? Oh, I'm down by 1 point. Less. I'm down by half a point. So I need Jonnu to get to like 5 to replace Jatavian Sanders. Oh, that is sick. That is sickening stuff. All right, Puppy 4, advancing 2. They're both going to get through. 185. Lawrence, no Pitts. All right, so a couple bullets there. Puppy but Superflex. No luck. The Rottweiler. No luck. Rottweiler 2. No luck. Damn, very low scoring here. Fucking Burrow and Herbert. Not advancing because of Burrow and Herbert because they suck. And Gibbs. Godly. Rottweiler but Superflex. No luck. Schnauzer. No luck. Schnauzer 2. No luck. Sprint. No. War Room. No luck. Badge Bros Brawl. No luck. Oh, dude, don't even. Okay, these fucking. We'll click on these later. The Flock Community Contest. Oh, look at this, dude. In the Flock Community Contest, I lost to a Kyle Pitts team because the other guy had Kyle Pitts. Imagine losing a Flock Community Contest to another Kyle Pitts team. Horrible. MMG, no luck. So there you go, boys. That's the that's how we're looking. Can I see who I played against? Oh, there's a chance that I advance in the Flock Community Contest 8. Oh, here we go. So it's 160 to 166. So my sweat tonight is I need Jalen Waddle to outscore Tyler Lockett by 7. And that's it. So I need like 9 points from Jalen Waddle. 9 points from Jalen Waddle. I think I'm cooked in this one. Yeah. 157 to 160. Dude, did I face 2 Pitts teams? My God, dude. I just got owned in the Flock Community Contest. Man. Who are the top 5 guys you want to see on advancing teams? Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't know. I guess. I mean, I guess you'd really want to see McBride. Michael Wilson, maybe? Michael Wilson. JSN, low advance rate. Who do the Colts play next week? Colts schedule. Because, like, is there a chance the Colts play the 49ers? I mean, Jonathan Taylor's going to have a chance. Yeah, honestly, you just want 18 live bodies. All right. Shout out to my boy. Can I get a BBM review for DC Fantasy? Most of my friends have no idea how tilting pod luck is. Yes, you can, sir. Leaderboard user DC Fantasy. All right. Well, hey, 3 of 37. Pretty good. You're 79% in this one. You are fading Arlease 2023. A 162 non-advancing. And not even close. Trey McBride team not advancing. Jonathan Taylor killed you here. Honestly, Rashi kind of killed you here. Rashi, like a Rashi burger, and you're feeling pretty good. Yeah, that sucks. All right, you got a sweat here where you're fading Jeff Sperano, who I assume has Waddle left based on that projection. And you have Tua maybe replacing May. You've got, I can't click on Jeff Sperano's team. Or maybe you're fading A-Chain on that one. Regardless, though, it's gonna be a 6 sweat. I mean, some really high scores here. Like all these 150s, 140s not advancing. Like you've got a 151 that is missing out by 9 points. That's a bit of a bummer. Hurts, Ward, Cook. Damn. True 0 RB sunk by the Dobbins and Scattaboo injuries and a Garrett Wilson 0. Bowers is playing the Texans, gave up 1 million points to McBride. Yeah, I wouldn't think of that as being particularly predictive, sir. The Texans are the best defense in the National Football League. What time are you streaming tomorrow? I don't know. I might not even stream tomorrow, Purple Yosh. Are you needing me, bro? Are you needing me for some emotional support after your Devin A-Chain tilt tonight? Because I know maybe I'll do BBM leaderboard tomorrow. Maybe I'll do BBM leaderboard tomorrow because my wife is doing something on Wednesday. So I'm in charge of the baby for a little bit on Wednesday. I have one team in BBM with the only R being Travis Hunter. Well, I mean, look at Jacoby Myers, man. The Jacoby Myers stuff is very, very indicative to me that Travis Hunter would have scored a lot of fantasy points. Well, we'll be rooting for you. I wish that, I mean, not that PD has done enough, but I wish that we could live sweat. Oh, all right. Well, there we go. Shout out to you, DC Fantasy. I mean, I think you got some live bullets here. And you got yourself a nice little sweat here against Arlease. this one is pretty chalked in, and you feel good about this one. Lawrence and Herbert, Bijan, JT, Warren, Tracy, JCM. You got 6 live running backs. Hunter and QJ are dead, but you got McBride. I think you're feeling good. All right, it's currently 177.9 to 168.9 in the elim. This goes out to the Hunter has to tackle Jonathan Taylor bros. He wasn't healthy to have to tackle him effectively, so you were wrong. Yeah, wherever Andrew GPN GC is, I want you to be thinking of that. All right, guys, I've got a special treat for you. Just as I was about to pull up playoff best ball, I have a very, very special treat for all you hooligans here on the program. But Mr. Harold Fannin Jr.'s biggest fan is about to join the show. It was fun while it lasted. Need 41 points from Achan. Well, hey, if it was ever going to happen, if there was any guy in the NFL you thought was going to get 41 points in a game, I would say Achan's got to be one of your absolute best bets for it. I would think. You guys want the KLS clip? You know what? In honor of Keandre Lambert-Smith's first NFL touchdown, you want to scroll the F down for Keandre Lambert-Smith.
Oh my fucking God.
I'm about it. I'm about it.
This is too good.
Someone slap the Keandre Lambert-Smith button. The first KLS reception, I was like, wow, he is the greatest wide receiver of all time. Is the 9th round too early for KLS? People are asking.
4.37 40, played at Auburn. This is Darius Slayton vibes.
My thesis is at least not that he is Jerry Rice's kid. At least he wasn't Jerry Rice's kid, man.
Yeah, that's true.
At least he wasn't Jerry Rice's kid.
That's true.
I had a thought that I want your opinion on. I'm checking to make sure I got the site pick updated. If the Kansas City Chiefs had signed Kenneth Gainwell in free agency instead of Elijah Mitchell, are they currently the 1 seed in the American Football Conference?
No, but they make the playoffs.
They make the playoffs, right? They pretty easily make the playoffs, and Mahomes doesn't tear his ACL.
Yeah. No, it's true. I'm just excited to be on the foremost Harold Fannin YouTube
the Harold Fannin show.
The Harold Fannin show.
Here, let's we checked everyone. Let's check Kerrane's sweats. Have you looked at these?
I have. I've got 5 advancing in BBM, and one of them is a bit of a sweat. The others look pretty good. Yeah, there's that 27%. Now I disagree with that because the guy chasing me down, well, the number's wrong. I'm up by more than 8.
Yeah, I think PD posted in my Discord last night that this is not a 100% scientifically based he had a couple issues setting it up, but I would say definitely better than having nothing existing at all. But
no, definitely better. Definitely better.
So this is your sweat right here. You are
no, I guess I am but because of the way this best ball scoring works, right? You have to so I need 17.2. I need Achan to score, Devon Achan to score less than 17.2 points tonight. And I checked what Underdog was offering for champions, and it's at 17.25. So I'd say it's like a coin flip, right? I've got a coin flip chance. Yeah. So this team is like the team I remember most clearly from the summer drafting because I took Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt over Quinshon Judkins at pick 180 or something crazy.
Yep.
And
Hey,
And-
correct decision.
Correct decision. I've been kicking myself this whole time, but this team's not getting through without
Think about
that.
it.
Yeah.
Correct decision. Judkins on this team when you have Gibbs, ETN, overkill. You want the week 15 points.
Well, I mean, at the time, it was the low point of will Judkins play, and it's a Bowers McBride team, and I was like, I'm landing the plane here. Like this, I like this team a lot, and I just didn't want to ruin it. So I was like, who's more likely to like ruin this team? I wanted to get them both. I took another running back on the team, and then Judkins went the next pick. So, it didn't work out. But here we are. Judkins bombed. Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt posted a nice score for me. I think I'm already dead if I take Judkins actually on this team or close to it. So
you're definitely dead if you take. I think he got 3 points. You're dead.
I know, but I would have replaced it with what, Gibbs or
you would replace it with 7.8 from Gibbs.
Maybe Downs.
Yeah, 8.8.
Yeah.
Downs.
And I think I'm done then. So yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. So the chat's fading.
Okay.
too. So I like that.
So, dude, Yosh is in he's 12 teams left in the eliminator fading.
No way.
Man, fading 17.7 for Machan.
Dude, Yosh.
So he's got like what would that be? Like a $25,000 ish sweat on Achan under. And I know from looking that Yoshi's team is good. So it could like theoretically be a $200,000 sweat. Like I would say he's got one of the teams that if it gets to the 3-man final, like you'd be feeling really good about it.
Okay. Good luck, man. Good luck. I have another team. So I have a team that's really fun, except it lost Mahomes. So that team's obviously
cooked.
But we'll pull up the others.
Which one?
Just buy
here. Let's just here's your top one.
Yeah, so this one's not a Purdy.
Well, but honestly, like who the fuck cares? Like it definitely ruins how you sim. But if you are ever not using Purdy's score on this one, like you're kind of cooked anyway. And Garrett Wilson theoretically could come back. Nick Chubb theoretically could come back. QJ is going to be back. The only guaranteed 0 you have on here
Ayuk
are your 2 quarterbacks and Ayuk.
Right. So we'll see. It's a little thinner, but Bijan, JT, Henderson is pretty fun. You could see that. You could see those guys scoring some points. Obviously, JT's less fun, but good. Like if you're going to win week 17 with JT, it's okay. Like he kind of sucks now.
Just looking at Tootin here, I've got a little bit of a bone to pick with Liam Cohen. Travis, I dug this stat up writing the fantasy football TLDR this morning. Travis Etienne heading into that game against the Jets. Do you know how many career receiving touchdowns he had after 5 seasons?
3.
Matched his career total. Normally,
come on.
Normally, that's pretty good.
I barely slept last night, by the way. I was on night duty and Vivian was
tough.
Not sleeping. Yeah. She was doing a lot of stuff. It was not much of it was being asleep.
We got to get her breaking down game film with you. We got to get her like, all right, we're watching.
Might as well, dude.
We're watching Caleb Williams game film, Viv. We got
the other morning, and I look when football's on, I'm excited. She likes watching, so she's learned. She started calling it Bafu, which is pretty adorable. But then she flipped it. She clicked in her brain. She realized it's football. So the other day, we're doing breakfast. She's in like preschool. It's like, I call it pretentious daycare.
She's what, 2 years old?
She's not even 2. She's almost, she's going to be 2 in April. So, it's daycare where they read them books kind of vibe. Okay. It's nice. We like it. But anyway, she loves it. But we're doing breakfast. We're getting ready to go. And she just starts going, football. So I'm like, and then she's like, more. Yes, football.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right. I was like, okay. And I put on Drake May highlights.
Wow.
And she was like, yeah, this is what she wanted. She was psyched. So that's just on her phone. And then I'm changing her diaper and she's like demanding football again. So I actually was like, you know what? Let's put on Randy Moss. That'll be fun. It's a fun little addition to the morning. And she goes, football. And I put it in front of her. She goes, football. I felt like I was in like the Bears. Anyway.
That's really
she's
good.
really into
I'm
football.
very much looking forward to that. I am very worried though, and now that Mahomes has torn his ACL, it's like almost confirmed. Like my kid's gonna end up being a Chargers fan. It's just gonna happen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
BBM 23 winner. Minnesota Mike says. Let's hope.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm proud of you. I noticed Harold Fannon's not on this team.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah. Chad just this is very funny. You'll like this, referring back to the show yesterday. The earliest mention of Fannin in the Sloppy Central Discord was January 28th. Earliest mention of Fannin in the Leg Up Discord, February 3rd.
That might say more about how active you and I are in our respective Discords more than
well, the Leg Up, someone was saying the Leg Up Discord's not that active, but there's always someone chatting in there. It's always shady being like, you guys don't understand what the fuck
I'm not as
active
about. On Discord as I should be. But
yeah. Okay. All right. So playoff best ball. Let's go hop into a draft.
Wait. Let's look at the other teams.
Okay. This team, I would say you pull it up. I think you're happy to have seen it.
You're happy any team advances. Like you're telling me a team gets through, I'm happy. But you don't, and it just scored 181 points, so it certainly can do some things, but it's not the most excited you've ever been to see a team.
Yes. Burden was like legitimately breaking out yesterday, by the way.
I know, and he hurt his ankle.
And then got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know.
Caleb Williams apologies. And what's on the scale 1 to 10, where are we at on the Caleb Williams apology scale?
I mean, I think whatever apology you would have given to like Jared Goff in year 2 of the Sean McVay experience, you can give it.
That's what I said, right? That isn't that literally what I said the last time we did this. I said he's like kind of like mobile Jared Goff.
Yeah, he's like a Jared. Yeah, it's like so clear. Like if anyone deserves apologies, it's Ben Johnson. For this dude he's the next guy. Like he's the next.
Yeah, I agree, and also DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift deserves a small apology.
The slap community.
I drafted him, man. So I don't know.
I mean, I drafted everyone.
Like
but
I have Swift on.
No, dude.
I think one of these teams or another team. I forget. Anyway.
The left was so down on DeAndre Swift that Roschon Johnson was multiple high-profile fantasy football players' most drafted player in fantasy football this year. Roschon Johnson.
Roschon was a bit of a right-wing slappy, though.
Yeah.
Because Roschon was so right-wing slappy that I ended up drafting DeAndre Swift a little bit. Because I just was like, I don't see what else happens.
Manungai was like, you have like you watch OAN to get your news.
Yeah. So this one would be really fun, right? This one obviously has Fannin, but I lost Mahomes.
You lost Mahomes. Now, hear me out. Is Gardner Minshew actually better for Rashee Rice? Like we could be looking at like a generational scam the next 2 weeks. Like he could average 11 receptions a game the next 3 games.
I mean, they're scoring a bunch of points. If Lawrence could just give me 20 points, great.
And T will probably be back next week. So you are only at 2 dead guys, Dobbins and Sanders. You get JCM is kind of, it's sort of like you need ETN to be usable, Jacobs to have a big week. JCM was probably a one and done contribution. So it's a little thin. It's just thin in general, but the receivers are fun. The receivers are very fun with the double and then Pickens and Rice. Like you can see the receivers kind of carrying this team for a week. And then the tight ends, obviously pretty fun too. Yeah. Fuck. Okay. I looked this up this morning. Dallas Goedert. Okay. Do you know how many touchdowns Dallas Goedert has? How many does it feel like he has? Because to me, it feels like he has 16.
Yeah, like it feels like I was going to say 11 or something.
He has 9, which is tied for 4th in the NFL with JSN and T. Higgins. Only 2 of them are not inside the 5, though. Which that
makes sense.
I didn't pull up like the NFL like play database to watch them. I'm assuming at least 5 of those are the dipshit pitch play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he should have had another. He dropped one.
I was also thinking this. Why can't they run that for AJ Brown? I guess it's just that he's not a credible blocking threat.
I don't know.
You
The
can't.
pitch
You can't.
thing. I think once you put AJ Brown in the backfield, everyone knows. Like you
Everyone
tip your
knows.
hand. It's like it has to be. Yeah, you have to have the credibility of the blocking. All right,
Yeah.
let's go to the next one.
Okay. All right. The next one is Dak and Lawrence again. I would say Gibbs.
This is the one we looked at before.
Yeah, I would just say Gibbs is he's the number one guy you pull over an advancing team. That's the number one guy you want to see, right?
That team is like I really want to get through because this team is probably the only team that might be stronger than it of the 5 I have. I mean, this team's healthy, right? First off, it's just really healthy.
18 live bodies.
It's got Josh Allen and May, right? It gets through with low-owned Brees, who's been shitty for a while. So, but like if he were to pop up, that would be pretty sweet. It's got. I mean, it's pretty good team, right? It's a pretty good team. Doesn't have maybe as much firepower at wide receiver as you'd like, but it's really stacked at running back. So we should, 3 usable scores a week at running back. Need to find 3 receiver scores. So yeah, receivers a little thinner than ideal, but get a good tight end score hopefully with the 3. And
yeah, it's like you don't love any of these running backs in a vacuum, but having 6 of them, you're like, someone's gonna get there. Like someone's gonna figure it out. And then what's your sweat on this one? Because you're 79.
Yeah.
I don't remember. So I'm guessing this guy has Waddle. This guy has like Metcalf or Warren or something, and then this guy has Achane. That's my
yeah. Let me see what
that's my guess from looking at
Put
it.
Daddy has Achane. So yeah, I need Achane to be quiet.
Many cases.
I'm up 16-ish points on him, and he's replacing a 9 at flex. So yeah, if he gets into the 23, 24 range, that would be enough.
All right.
So yeah, just quiet. My sweat's pretty simple tonight. I would like Achane to be quiet. Now, if Achane goes for like 60, I get a 5-5-5 through. So if he goes nuts at a certain point, I'm gonna flip and start rooting for him to go scorched earth. But
look, man, if someone was gonna get 60,
yeah. But I'm rooting very hard for under 17. That's my primary sweat. It's just once he gets over 25 or so, I'll flip.
I didn't look at any of these until this morning. And weirdly, like I didn't look that close to see if I like ran really bad in any of them, but like my advance rate of the teams I advanced like is all fine except for in the DK Millie in the BBM Millie. Like I advanced like
DK Millie. I'm advancing 1, and
Same.
it's with Tootin. It's with Tootin and Keaton Mitchell as my 2 running backs that hit the lineup. But it has like Amon-Ra, Puka, and JSN.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty fun team. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, the running back there, I think, is Brees that did nothing. And it has Warren. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm only getting 1 through. Is there a 5th? The 5th one? Did we look at that?
No. Then this one is 96%, and it's Hurts and Purdy, Bijan, Harvey, Warren, Tootin, Rashad White, Dowdle, no Drake London, Rashid, Jennings, Shakir, Burden, Dallas Goedert, Kyle Pitts, and Schultz. So the double tight end combo. Man, is there anyone you see on a team that you're like, why did I even have this guy? Than Khalil Shakir. You're just
yeah, it's not. It doesn't fill your heart with warmth, does it? To see Khalil Shakir.
I saw. Okay, Liam is on a generational rage bait run right now.
How many does he have through right now? I know everyone's tilting it.
Oh, I didn't even look. I meant on
him and Herzig. I think both ran hot, right?
Only 2.
Oh,
Only 2.
I thought
But
he ran really hot.
his expected is higher. People
Okay.
are complaining that he ran hot on a very specific play in which he got the last thing he needed on a Cowboys drive, and then JJ McCarthy kneeling it out gave it to him.
Log off. If you know Liam Sweat that in and out, like, come on, let's all
I just know it because
go.
I just
go
know it
for a
because he
walk.
tweeted it.
Okay,
But yes,
let's
I
go
agree.
for a walk collectively.
Herzig
Let's
is.
do we should be pluribus. We should just be out there. The whole human race should be walking around in unison outside.
I assume Leone is running very good. Is it M Leone?
Yeah, I think it's M Leone.
It's
or Leone M.
M.
It might be Leone M.
Yeah,
there you
Leone
go. Oh, look
is
at that.
getting Leone. I
Leone.
mean, shocker. Leone is Leone is getting expected 5.9.
Looks like 6 to 7, hopefully.
Shout out to Leone. This is the rule. And I wish everyone could learn this so they could enjoy Liam the same way I did. When you don't take Liam so seriously, he rules so hard. That is literally the key.
I don't think Liam. The thing with Liam that's interesting to me is that I feel like often he's not asking to be taken seriously. Sometimes I think he is asking to be taken seriously.
No, but most of the time he's just dicking around.
But that's when your rule kicks in, right? Your rule kicks in that you're not going to take him seriously.
Yes, like he tweeted something. This is what he almost got me on the other day. He replied to a Jamar Chase tweet he said, in terms of yards after catchability, it's Chase 1, Shakir 2. And I just,
yeah, I mean, come on, that's pretty good.
And I was like, come on, that's just funny.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a funny joke that someone made.
Yeah.
As long as you just it's a gift to yourself. It's a gift to yourself to interpret that as a joke. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, check Herzig because I've heard he's doing well.
Is it just Herzig or is it Jay Herzig?
It might be.
I think it's
Jay Herzig.
Guys, what's Herzig?
Justin Herzig?
I don't think it's full name.
I don't think it's full name
Justin
either.
Herzig. Oh, it is full name.
6.
6 advancing, 74% to get this one through, 4% to get this one through, 1% to get this one through. So there's a world where he advances like 11.
Okay.
Well, there was a guy in the
how's Gritty doing?
In Pete's Discord who 1 year got 11 teams through to the semis and then bricked this because it was the Jerick McKinnon year and he advanced 11 Jerick McKinnon because McKinnon went nuts and then did nothing and then he went 0 for 11 in the semis.
I mean that's the thing. Like we all need to run hot still, right? It's like this is just like round 1 of like please let me run hot.
Yes.
There's 2 more rounds of please let me run hot.
Wow. Our king, our loyal king, Gritty. 83 teams advancing on the Dog app. 4 advancing, 1 BBM, 1 big board, 2 palms. He's expected to gain a bunch tonight, though. No, actually, he's expected to lose them. That's the baseline.
1 of 16 is brutal per Jake.
Yeah, 1 of 16 is just brutal, dude.
It's brutal, dude.
It just leaves you it leaves you to the vagaries of time. Like it just.
I tell you what, the Chow Chow. Shout out to the Chow Chow. I have 2 going through there. Both are in second. And when you pull up, when you go in after the BBM and you go in and you see 2 seconds, it's like such a fucking gut punch. And then you realize that you actually advance those 2. And it's like, oh, they get through. It's nice. I like it too. 2 out of whatever is so much nicer. You know, it just feels better. You're like, because if you get a team in third, it's in third. Like you know, like
I'd rather open up my page to a bunch of teams in 8th that was like, I just didn't have the horses. Bro.
Right. If a team's in third, there's something inherent about third place where you're like, 2 teams beat me. You know, I can't have been that good. But when you're in second, especially if it's close, like, I'm a big 2 out of whatever advance fan.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Chow Chow for that.
Would you like BBM as much if the final was twice the size with 2 out of 16 in the next 2 weeks?
I don't think you'd have to make it twice the size. I think you could go like, what are we doing? 1 out of 16. So you could do like 2 out of 25. Right. So it's not
Oh
2 out
yeah,
of
I like.
32.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
not
that
saying double
idea.
the pod, but you'd make the
Yeah,
pod
yeah.
bigger and then you do 2 out of. So you're still gonna get hit with some brutal shit. Like
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
hit
score.
brutal. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're gonna be in pods with like 2 guys who go over 200 points, and you're gonna have a 175 that doesn't get through. Like that's gonna happen. But I don't know. I there's just something nicer about, and of course, a 2 will also create things where like a 120 gets through this week, and you're gonna be like, what the hell? Pod luck.
I just honestly like.
But I don't know. I just like 2. 2's nice.
I just don't care because it's like because famously, we're all gonna lose anyways or whatever. Like, basically, it's like once I've drafted the team, who cares? Like, it's got nothing to do with me. I sweat.
This is when I start. This is the first time I start familiarizing myself really with these teams. Is like the sweat to get through to the semis, and then the semis, I'll know the teams I have in BBM. Like I'll know specifically what I'm looking at, because that's where you're like, James Cook scores a bunch of points, and I was like, I know this is bad for me because I don't have much Cook, but how bad? And I found, I got like one BBM team, like maybe this gets through. It didn't, but next week it's like there's no like, oh, maybe this is somehow good for me that Cook's going off. It's like I don't have Cook. I've got like 5 teams left, and Cook's not one of them. Cook's not on it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow, there you go. There you go. The vagaries of Podluck currently advancing a BBM team with 123.6.
Rescue me, Jeremy. Charlie's getting a team through Podluck.
Oh, yeah. How are the people? So there's a guy who watches the show and the Leg Up YouTube channel who advanced. It was Make Da Money. He advanced 86 teams in Best Ball Mania.
Man, that's crazy.
What is it?
Charlie Magnoma says, Charlie, please leave.
Okay, I spelled his name wrong, but it's something like that. And I know
He tagged us, right?
He did. My boy Razor33 advanced 49, and he's getting 9 through with 25 overall teams advancing into the semis. Oh, it's Italian. It's Make Da Money.
Make Da Money. That's
you gotta make a
good username.
Ooh, 85-5. Fuck.
Damn, dude.
That to me, that honestly would feel worse. 85-5 would just make me hurt. That would be tilting. That would be really tilting.
Yeah. That's tilting, man.
That's crazy. People are saying,
I think if you want to talk about Chesley running hot, this is about as hot as he's run. That this 85 guy got 5 through, because isn't this his whole deal?
Yes. If the 85 guy had gotten like 7 teams to the finals, yeah.
If the 85 guy got 20 teams to the finals, that would be rough. That'd be rough for the Chesley take. But the fact that he got 5 through.
Wow, Dan Zach getting 9 through.
Damn, dude.
To the semis. Daedalus.
Wait, did he have 63 through to the?
Yes.
Is that what that means? Damn.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Dan Zach having a good year. Daedalus 62 down to 6. I mean, yeah, that would tilt me so hard.
It's tilting.
Yeah, it's tilting. All right, so there you go, boys. That's what it's like. It's very hard to play best ball. Turns out that a contest with 672,672 entrants is hard to win.
Yeah. Although for people who are new to the channel, just want to let them know that I actually did win.
Think about it. Yes, I'm saying that's literally above I'm saying it's literally above expected, and you're still going to be tilting your fucking face off.
Yeah.
That's literally what I'm saying is 6 to 62, 5 for 85. Yeah, you got all those teams. You're still tilting your face off because you're like, fuck, this is so hard.
Yeah.
You guys are so misunderstanding what I'm saying, bro. 63 to 6. You feel so good.
No, 63 to 6 is painful, man.
There's no way that you get 63 teams through and you're like, fuck, well, 63-6. Like, dude, technically that's mathematically way above expectation. No, you're sitting there looking at your app going, God damn it, I had 63
I'm the
teams
king.
and now I have 6.
Yeah. You're like, this is, what do people, I mean, 63 teams, you're over the moon. That's incredible.
Dude, 63 teams, I'm like calling my grandma. I'm saying like we're changing our life.
We're changing our life, Grandma.
Yeah. Like I just don't. This is one of the most absurd things you guys have ever said. Like, oh, I'm so good at the game. Like, I understand math so good that I'm able to clearly and with a full heart of intelligence understand that I'm running better than expected. Like,
So
no,
63 teams, you're supposed to get
yeah.
3.9 through. So 4 teams. But you've just 2.5x your expectations in round 1. Your advance rate in round 1 was 2.5 times better than the base expectation. So I think mentally you're expecting to get like 10 teams through, because that would also be 2.5 times your expectation in round 2. So mentally, I'm not saying this is rational, but mentally after advancing 63 teams, I think you're like, maybe I'll get like 10 through. Right? Which is, again, like, I'm going to run just as hot in round 1 as I did in round 2. I think that's how emotionally it would feel. I've never gotten 63 teams too, so I don't know.
Yeah, but like the most emotional community in the world of best ball people are being like, well, you got to look at it in the cold light of day.
Yeah, it's actually,
No one is saying 6 of 60 is not fine. No one is saying saying it's not fine. But what you're doing is, I'm telling you, you look at your goddamn app and you're like, my current winnings are insane. Like, I have all these bullets. Oh my God. I look at my 60-second team and it has this really unique Purdy Kittle combo. Kittle was a low. Oh, and I got eliminated by a Trevor Lawrence ETN team.
I also really disagree with the idea that like getting 63 through means that you somehow had like only regular season specific takes that then aren't going to pay off in the finals. It honestly means you probably drafted like a very healthy portfolio of guys who aren't hurt. It means you avoided, most likely you just like didn't draft much of the like landmines this year is probably like the biggest thing you did better than everybody else, would be my guess. So I don't know. I certainly that would be one way to advance a bunch of teams, right? To have a diversified portfolio that like happened to avoid some of the injured guys. You don't have any Ayuk, right? And stuff like that. So unfortunately, I do have some Ayuk.
At the end of the day, it's just best not to look.
This is what Rich does this. Rich Rebar. Yeah. He doesn't look at, he had a team in the finals in BBM 3. He didn't know he was in the finals. He opened, like, I don't think he knew he was in the finals till after the finals. He like went to his Underdog app and was like,
had more money.
They had more money in it. That's nuts.
So it's a way to live life.
You got to check in the finals if you're alive before the final.
I would say if I didn't stream, like if I didn't do this, I would really not want to look.
If you what?
Remember this used to be a whole bit. Remember this used to be a bit on the Swolecast that we'd say the FBI would come to your house if you talked about your best ball teams before the playoffs.
Oh, that's over.
It was. Yeah, it's over. I mean, it's over.
Well, the FBI has been corrupted. You know, the FBI. There's a lot of. The FBI is not what it used to be.
Yeah, Cash Patel is drafting. Cash Patel actually is drafting. Like he actually maxed the draft.
That's why he looks like that. He's checking his portfolio all the time.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah, you'll also enjoy this. I was telling these guys earlier. I was like, my solution to only having like however many semifinals teams I have is next year I'm actually going to draft more teams. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way to draft more because I didn't draft any of the side contests on DraftKings. I only did the DK Millie, and I'm like, well, that's easy volume. I can add in an extra 150 teams next year.
Yeah, I honestly drafted less than I was hoping, but I still got over 1,000. I don't know. Summer, man. Do you have the time? It's tough. Shout out to the sidekick, by the way.
What do I was that's so literally my thought is what I can do is I can start like blocking off like 30-minute blocks and just pulling up the sidekick and just ripping.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Like literally like unthinking, like, all right, the DK $3 play action.
Multi-tabling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just
multi-tabling is great
with the kick. Yeah.
And then the slow drafts. DK, we need to negotiate if we're going to do DK best ball week. We need to get them to do overnight pause. Do you think we have enough pull?
We have no pull.
Okay.
We have no pull.
What if we all band together? What if the DK best ball week
our lovely intermediary is going to get our email and be like, I got nothing to do with this. Like nothing. I mean, shout out to our friends at DraftKings. Like it's fun to do the best ball week, but they do not give a shit.
They need to do overnight pause, like just even a couple hours overnight, like the 8 hour. That's 8. It's not enough time. You're supposed to sleep for 8 hours.
Not when you have.
Don't you want to sleeping? Don't you want to sleeping well in the summer, DK?
Look, I'd love to. I'd love to sleep well, but I mean, what you got to do is you just have to rip all your picks right before you go to bed.
But then you better wake up. You better not sleep for 8 hours and 2 minutes. Or you're gonna time out.
Yeah,
it's no good. It's not a good way to
have good ranks in.
I like to make them. You know, I don't like to auto.
I don't like the auto either. I mean, I'm sure I have autoed mini, but you don't love to do it. I mean, if you always have if you always have your rankings in, it's not as big of a deal.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Should we rip these?
Yes. Let's do, you know what? Let's do the summit. I have 2 of these left. We've got a lot of information here. So let's rip this one out. Give me a little sidekick spiel, updating the Sims, whatever, because I got to go pee real quick.
Yeah, so I haven't drafted this morning, but I was asking Sack before jumping on here what he was seeing this morning that's a little different. Patriots we like more now is kind of onslaughts because they're less likely to have the bye. And even last week, like on Saturday, I did some drafts. And if you started drafting Patriots, the sidekick would sometimes push you towards just like stacking the Patriots really aggressively in the 1 of 6 contests, because there was like, about a 50% chance they didn't get the bye. And then you have this team where you get, you have all your Patriots live, and it's going to be a little bit harder to, there's going to be less of those teams. So now before the prices change potentially on the Patriots, they're probably, better picks for onslaughting. We still like the Jags. We've been high on the Jags.
Yes, you know what though? The Jags, it's gonna be it's like you're not gonna be able to end every draft with the Jags. Like Etienne's gonna be like,
you're not.
Etienne's gonna be like a 2nd round pick now.
We like the Texans a lot still. And like we're, all our stuff is even with the market on the Texans. It's not like a Texans specific team thing. It's just that the Texans, I think, are undervalued based on what the market would say their team strength is. So what else?
No, the side, well, does the sidekick adjust for how many teams advance, but not for like if the advanced structure is the same, it's not.
It uses the ADP of the tournament.
Well, he's saying like the difference between 3 of 12 advancing or 2 of 12 advancing out of a pod. The
sidekick would change for that.
The sidekick's going to adjust for that, but not.
It's tournament specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks at the advanced structure of that tournament.
But it's not going to treat the puppy differently than BBM with the same structure.
If it had it, but it doesn't have the same structure, so it would treat the puppy different than BBM.
Is it not 2 out of 12, 1 out of?
Well, the final size is different.
Sure. Okay.
So there's like those differences would be like the final size is an important thing. Like how many points are you probably going to need to score in the final type of stuff. So I would say, a puppy and BBM would be pretty similar, but we are looking specifically at the advanced structure of each tournament.
Yeah. quarterback is a little bit tougher here. Like if we were to take James Cook here, quarterback gets a little bit tough. Okay, well, Cook goes. Adams did his hammy, so I assume that we are going to do the Barkley. Well, or are we going to push Hurts, actually?
We should push Hurts and then either take May here
Take
or
May.
Jacobs. Or Brown. Brown's good too.
No, so I like taking Jacobs because a lot of the times AJ Brown is going to come around to us, and you can backstack the Packers pretty easily.
You can backstack the Packers, and that was actually the other thing that Zach was saying, is that Packers are falling a bit, which we docked the Packers based on losing Micah Parsons, but we still like them relative to the market. It looks like people are asking about the sidekick stuff. So there's stuff on the Leg Up. Check out the Leg Up YouTube channel.
There's a playoff. There is a playoff best ball, how to play playoff best ball video on this channel as well, where I use the sidekick if you're curious about how it works.
And then legendaryupside.com/sidekick. We've got information there, because if you get the yearly subscription, it covers this playoff best ball, but it also covers pre-draft NFL best ball and all the best ball stuff in the summer. So it's one subscription that covers all of it. So yeah, it works out to about $50 a month if you use it for the 10 months of the year where we have live drives.
Yeah, I would honestly say probably the best thing to do is just watch people draft with it, because there's a little bit of nuance, particularly in playoff best ball, maybe a little bit less in just like regular like best ball mania type best ball, but because it's not, the sidekick is not weighting ADP inside of its, like, it's like sometimes, like, I don't know, if we started with multiple Seahawks, like if we had taken JSN and then I just taken Ken Walker, it'd be like, all right, we'll take Charbonnet at pick 21 or whatever.
What the sidekick is telling you is the pick that has the most expected value to add to your team. So it becomes like at a certain point, if you're just onslaughting Seahawks, like just get the Seahawks. But you as a drafter can be like, I'm going to get this guy later, man. Like, don't worry about it.
Exactly.
We'll get him.
Yeah. It's like, bro, chill. I know what I'm
bro.
doing. All right. So AJ Brown didn't get to us, but we are going to be able to
But Hurts Devontae is pretty nice, I think.
Hurts Devonta. I was gonna say I didn't know if it would give us Devonta.
Once you take Hurts, you're more committed to the Eagles Super Bowl. So I think Devontae becomes. That's why he pops up like that.
I would have been fine taking ETN there, because once you take ETN, that normally gives you the right to BTJ and Myers as well, because you're going to be a huge favorite in any Jaguars Super Bowl with ETN. And if you have 4 Jaguars players to replace Devonta Smith's points, then you're looking at, okay, well, Barkley and Hurts just end up being the nuts in a given Super Bowl.
Well, and that's where what you're doing, one of the reasons I think these are so fun is that what you're doing is you're sort of like, there's forks in the road. So it's not that like, Hurts and Devontae Smith there are awesome picks for this team, but it creates a different universe that you're living in. You could also live in a universe where you're instead betting on the Jaguars to make the Super Bowl, and you're going to onslaught the Jaguars and then have them play against either the Packers or the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And so you get the running backs, right? And that fills your flex spot because you have ETN and then a running back from the NFC. And then you're going to be able to build out your wide receivers from the Jags side, right? And so do you want to bet on the Jags to make the Super Bowl, or do you want to bet on the Eagles to make the Super Bowl? That's kind of like what the Hurts versus ETN pick is asking you to decide.
The Eagles are going to,
or do you want to bet on the Packers? Because we could have gone Watson,
Packers are kind of just our advance rate pieces now.
They are now, but like they could have been.
Damn. Okay. ETN.
ETN. That would have been fun.
Yeah. This is what Brett Veach has to live with, is that he has to live with a world where Jaguar Super Bowl is something that we can all just kind of conceive of happening. That's right? That's Brett Veach's fault. Okay, so we take Goddard, and then is it gonna make me take Woody Marks?
Probably.
Tell you what, I do not want to do that. Chargers got a win yesterday. So Chargers are like locked in.
I think if we're gonna get off the Texans, we go to the Jags still, even though ETN's gone, because there's multiple good receivers for advancing.
Barkley outscores. Yeah, I want to do that. I'd rather build up the Jaguars stuff than add another AFC team. Because now we can also take Lawrence if we want, just as an advance rate.
Just as an advance rate, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. And we have the other thing we can do is we could build in Denver as another Super Bowl option, because we have go up to the top here. So we've got Barkley, Hurts, Smith, Goddard. So we've got 4 Eagles. So we're kind of looking for an AFC piece on the other side.
We can take any AFC advance rate piece. Yeah.
But I mean, for the Super Bowl, we still have a 5th.
Yes. Yeah.
So we have a Jag Super Bowl covered. We can get a Broncos Super Bowl. We can get a Texans Super Bowl.
Derrick Henry.
We could take Henry. We could take at the very end, we could do a Patriot or a Bill. Those guys are so kind of useless once you get too far down.
I don't like that. Is like my biggest strategy change from years past is like way less like Ty Johnson, Justice Hill type stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just like what those guys are useful for is when you're playing 1 seed versus 1 seed. So like if you're playing for a Broncos Rams Super Bowl, you save it for the end and you take Colby Parkinson or you take Evan Ingram or whatever.
I think that's exactly right. Like once you get, especially what is this to advance the summit? I haven't drafted the summit yet.
I believe this one is 2 of 6. No, 1 of 6, 1 of 5, 1 of 4.
Okay, yeah, 1 of 6 is hard.
Final. Yeah,
1 of 6 to get through is hard. So, and you've got teams that are drafting like specifically to get through. So if you're drafting 1 seed teams, then taking those guys at the end and just being like, it'll be, if it's Broncos Rams, it's going to be really tough to field a Super Bowl lineup. So I'll have, a few guys here that are low projected, but I got them cheap.
If the Ravens lose their next 2 games, but beat the Steelers, they're basically in. And if they beat the Packers and beat the Steelers, they're in. Or if they beat the Patriots and get the basically they can lose their next 2 games and get in. But if they win their next 3 games, they are locked in to win.
And we'll see what happens tonight.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I guess let's go check that. Okay. Troy Franklin at the top. Jacoby Meyer. Yeah, let's just take Troy Franklin. That gives us that AFC piece.
Troy Franklin, he makes a lot of sense.
Although he does make it a little bit harder for us to advance. So it wants us to add Bucky. I think we should just take Lawrence.
Why don't we take Myers if we're betting on the Jags?
Yeah. I mean, same difference. Both advance rate. I like having 2 quarterbacks in these just because, like, you never know. You never know if Jalen Hurts gets 14 in a divisional round win, Lawrence gets 28 in a loss or whatever.
No, I agree, but I mean, our receivers are what? Devontae Smith.
Yeah, our receivers are not great. So more bullets. Devonta, Goddard, BTJ, Troy Franklin, and Jacoby Myers.
So Myers could be like huge for us.
So if the Dolphins beat the Steelers tonight, well, just knowing nothing else, that takes the Ravens from 44% to 52%. And then if you give them that Steelers win, that makes them 95%, 81% for them in the next. Wow. Yeah. So it's almost kind of just like that last game, like that week 18 game in a lot of scenarios is just going to be a playoff for the AFC North because the Bengals are dead. And obviously the Browns are dead as well.
But that requires the Dolphins to win tonight, which a lot of people, including me, would be fine with the Steelers winning tonight because it means quiet nights for Achane.
Yeah. I mean, never really rooting for the Steelers to win a game.
I am. But I'm rooting for you. Steel City, baby.
Steel City. All right. So Lawrence is going to be top of the queue. The question is do we want to add in another Packer actually instead of another AFC piece to give us because that would give us a complete Packers Jaguars Super Bowl actually.
That's interesting. Let's take Lawrence and see if that pops up because I
was gonna say because if we take Lawrence, I wonder if that I was gonna say if that because once it sees that we have another out.
Because then we have Thomas, Myers, Jacobs, Lawrence, and
that
with Packers.
That feels incredibly like that to me. That feels hard to model, but also like I don't know how it couldn't expand your EV to bring in a whole other universe of scenarios where you can complete a roster.
Look at that. Look at that. So it didn't pop up Packers at the top, popped up the Jags at the top because that gives you even more outs.
More outs.
Besides the Packers. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. Do you want to take the Jag or the
I want to do a Packer because I prefer it and because another thing about the sidekick is it's not measuring the degree of differences, it's just ordering them in the EV, but the EV count could literally be like half of a penny of difference. Just has to display them in an order. And when I'm making the decision, I want to bring in another universe on a given team.
Well, the reason that Strange I think is probably a bit of a better pick there is
because he can outscore Jacoby or Brian Thomas Jr. in any game.
No.
Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's because I think part of it is that you're like way more live in like a Rams Jags, where like Rams just like it's like hard as hell to advance the Rams. They get the bye and then they don't, now we don't have a Jags running back, so Bashaw Tootin was pretty close to the top there too, which would have given us a full. Right, that gives us we're missing a flex there, so we were one short.
No, that would have given we would have been one short.
We're always going to be one short on the Jags, but at least then you have 4 Jags. And so like, you're a little bit more live for Super Bowls that aren't, you're probably not winning, but you show up with 4 Jags to Super Bowls where people didn't advance much.
Yep.
And it doesn't have to be Packers. So
yeah.
And then if it is Packers, like, okay, Brenton Strange has to outscore Romeo Dobbs. That's not that because we got Jacob, so we're like pretty nutted if it's Jags, Packers either way.
Yeah,
but I would bet that that's pretty close because it didn't give us a full 5 Jags. If it was a full 5 Jags, I think it'd be different.
If it was a full, because full 5 also gives you another universe where you don't even care who they play.
You don't even care who they play. Yeah,
like that. Honestly, getting to full 5 gives you like infinite universes. You have the infinity gauntlet or whatever.
Yeah. So that's a fun team, man.
Yeah,
I enjoy that one.
All right, let's do a gauntlet. A little sweatier streets in here. God, is this true? Can the Bears get the bye? I have not even. Wow, that people would be having to be apologized.
Pull it up. Pull up the.
I'm about to pull it up. All right, so the Bears, if they 1 seed in the bye, they're 5%. If they win out, they're 45% to get the bye.
Wow.
And I assume if the Rams lose any game. So if the Rams lose to if the Seahawks
make them lose to the Seahawks.
Yeah, and then give the Seahawks a loss. Seahawks lose to the 49ers. Oh, that was them winning. Yeah. 90. So if they win out and the Seahawks and the Rams each lose a game. There you go.
Boom.
The Bears as a 1 seed is that's like worst case scenario because you're like you don't want them, you don't really think they can get to the Super Bowl, and you're not getting wild card advance points from them.
You know what's funny though is like because we're all kind of bad at visualizing, wrapping our head around things like 5% and 10% chances. They seem like way less likely than they actually are. Like things happen 1 out of 10 times all the time. But when you look at something like that, you go, oh, the Bears went out and then the Rams and the Seahawks each lose a game. That doesn't seem that unlikely. It's like, I don't know. It's like these two warring things of like, I'm probably overestimating the likelihood of that in my brain, but I'm underestimating
permission
how
to
likely
take
5% is.
CMC instead of JSN.
Yeah. I think both these guys are fine.
I just like, I cannot get Phillip Rivers driving to get a game-winning field goal against that team out of my head.
Yeah.
It
was not a good showing. It was not
a good showing. Like it's December 15th and the pumpkining is already beginning. And the crazy thing is, the thing I would like to be true about the Seahawks is like, oh, they have this crazy running game and the running game keeps them in every game.
They don't.
But like they have no running game at all.
Yeah, man. Dude, Kenneth Walker, imagine telling, like, when he came out and you're like, no, it's fine because he's going to be in, like, the most, like, they're going to make Arthur Smith look like a pass-heavy coach. And then he just also sucks in that system.
He just sucks.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I do. So with the way it works now, I do like these double NFC starts. However,
Jacobs is very strong here, I think. Or, again,
Drake May, because it's so easy to get Purdy.
Let's take Drake May.
Yeah,
we don't even need Purdy. That's the other thing. We can play it as Patriots don't get the bye.
Yeah,
I mean we can take Purdy, but
that was a big loss.
Yeah.
The thing is that loss yesterday to the Lions was actually not that bad for them. Obviously, it would have been sick to win, but if they win out, they're basically in. The Lions win out, they're 95% to get in. Can the 49ers miss the playoffs? I don't think so.
I think they probably could, but it's pretty unlikely.
Yeah, they can't. I'm
looking at the 1 seed odds. Yeah, we have the Pats down to
do you want to add in
for the bye now?
Do you want to add in AJ Brown or do you want to take Diggs? You know what? Hurts is still on the board. When Hurts is still on the board, I think you do AJ Brown.
The tricky part with the Pats, right, is that none of them score that many points. So getting a guy like Brown, I think you're thinking the Eagles are very live for the Super Bowl because you want him to help fill out your 5 in the Super Bowl. So it would really come down to how much you want to bet on the Eagles to make the Super Bowl, plus the advance rate element of it too. But when you have CMC, that's like a little bit less of a priority.
I guess one of the 49ers, Packers, or Lions won't make it, which just seems crazy.
Oh, Diggs goes. It's a bit of a bummer.
That is a bit of a bummer.
Kittle, I think, is probably.
Yeah, it's definitely Kittle. Yeah, because this is fine because we're still going to get the 49ers onslaught and we are going to get May stuff.
We're going to have like 4 cheap Patriots.
I mean, Ramondre.
We need Ramondre. Ramondre is pretty important.
The starting running back on the Patriots is a 10th round pick.
Well, you know the reason for that.
He's not very. You know what? Honestly, he looked pretty good.
I think maybe
yesterday.
Maybe you thought you were seeing Ramondre when you were seeing Henderson.
No, dude, he had 3 50-plus-yard gains yesterday.
He looked
had a nice catch where he shook the defender.
He looked all right. Henderson looked. I mean, outside of even the long runs, Henderson looked way better. Henderson runs up the middle well now too. Like he's figured it out.
I had a main event where we had we're gonna take Purdy.
Can we push Purdy or did?
Ooh, you know what? What if we take Harvey? Harvey is still here.
Harvey, we're playing 49ers Super Bowl then, so it almost becomes Nick's almost becomes more important.
Well, oh shit,
or not Nick's. Purdy becomes more important. Yeah, let's do Harvey. Let's see how that goes. I'm just kind of curious now.
I just feel like that's a more unique combo because like Harvey is expensive. Like Woody Marks went ahead of him here.
Yeah. See, so then it becomes Purdy and Knicks. We're almost using May is an expensive advance rate piece on a Broncos Super Bowl is one way to play it.
Yes.
Or you're like more locked into the 49ers Super Bowl. So we pivoted away from the Patriots stuff. But honestly, May is an expensive advance rate guy is not the craziest thing on Broncos stuff.
Right. Because the Broncos are going to have a very hard time advancing on their own.
Why don't we take Jennings here?
Yeah,
and then push the quarterback decision?
Yep. I agree because we have this setup that one, we're obviously okay if we are okay if we don't get one of the other quarterbacks. We just need one of them.
Like the other thing is we can also take Ramondre here and go and pivot back to the Patriots now that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And then Harvey becomes a round 2+3 advance rate player. Because the Patriots are likely to be the 2 seed, so they're not going to play each other until the conference championship if they play. So,
yeah. And this dude at the 1 seed is hip to the Jags.
All right. So how do you want to play it? There's 3 good picks here. Right? Purdy, Nixon, Stevenson are all good picks.
I mean, I think we're going to get Ramondre regardless. So I think we do. Purdy feels the most important for this permutation of guys.
Okay, let's take Purdy.
Because if we take Purdy, we have a entire Super Bowl with Broncos, and then if we take Ramondre or like Matt Collins or whoever, we have also an entire Patriots Super Bowl. And then if we take Ricky Pearsall, we just have a full. We've opened up the Infinity Gauntlet again.
I personally think Ramondre. Well, because I want to have so with Patriots now we only have May.
Went.
Oh, Ramondre went. Okay, so the Patriots stuff's dead.
And Booty went.
The Patriots stuff, it's not dead, but the Patriots the only Super Bowl we have with the Patriots is the 49ers.
Yeah.
So we just need to think through if the Patriots are in the Super Bowl, so are the 49ers.
Which is why Pearsall is at the top.
Pearsall's at the top.
We could also just ruin this guy's day and take Bo Nix. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but we could just completely ruin this dude's day.
I don't think Bo Nix helps the team, so let's.
Which is you'll see this in playoff best ball lobbies where guys are getting really unique combinations because everyone is completely staying in their lane.
Yeah.
Like the reason why this guy is going to get not a super team because he doesn't have Harvey, but like.
And so this team is like, we've now built out like a really, really strong 49ers Super Bowl team. And so you're starting to see some advance rate pieces pop up because it's like, just get through round 1, dude. Just get through round 1 now.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should take Henry over Bucky, right? Or maybe like Evan Ingram.
I think Bucky and Swift are both pretty strong picks. If we think we can get one back, then we take Henry and just get the running back.
We should be able to get one.
Yeah, let's take Henry then.
Because that just gives us another out that just gives us like, Hunter Henry outscores Pearsall in the 49ers Patriots Super Bowl.
Yeah. So now we're seeing, Bucky, Swift, Nix pops up to give us, more Denver firepower, I guess, for that potential Super Bowl. But yeah, Swift is a pretty strong pick. We only have CMC at running back.
No, we have Harvey.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that. But round one, we only have CMC.
Yeah, I mean Swift, I think is like he's the most like 18.2 points in the wild card round guy there is.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Swift. Done. Bang. So that is with the 1 out of 6 structure. So we got May, Purdy, CMC, Harvey, Swift, AJ Brown, George Kittle, Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Hunter Henry. Honestly, great team.
Great team. By the way, we didn't ruin anyone's day because the guy never took Nix, right? Did he go undrafted?
Nix went undrafted.
So no one's day was ruined. The The only guy whose day was ruined with Bo Nix.
Yeah. I think I will be forgetting about Dowdle because I think
Dowdle can be forgotten about.
The Panthers are done. Yeah, the Panthers are cooked. Sad, but sometimes that's the way she goes. All right, let's do the mitten now because the mitten is 2 out of 6. So it should change our strategy up a little bit. You know what? You know what is crazy? This just goes to show how fatherhood is changing me, Kerrane. I did not max the little mitten. I meant to, and I did not get to it yesterday.
I didn't either. I didn't do any. I don't think I did any.
I used to.
That's the walkthrough plus fatherhood. That's what the walkthrough plus fatherhood.
I used to have the fire. A fire left me, bro. Sad.
I've been dutifully doing my gauntlets, my DK $20, and that to me, I'm like, if I want to make sure I max the flagships, and I'm gonna try to get some mittens in as well. But yeah,
are you guys doing DK playoff best ball week on the Legendary Upside channel?
Oh, I need to reach out. What week is that?
It's December 29th through January 8th, I think.
Okay. TBD.
Yeah. I think so. We'll be doing a lot of DK which is just such a crazy environment because you have to draft tight ends. It really does.
I enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
Everything is crazy over there.
Well, it's another spot where having the sidekick really helps because it's yet another thing to kind of keep in your mental Rolodex.
Yes. Yeah. Josh Allen, just clearly the 101. I agree. Fuck, we're going to have to take JSN here. They're going to do it to us. Nothing like it. Nothing like having all the Seahawks-Jags combos covered. Yep, there we go. And Devontae Adams hurt his hamstring, which is like a whole other wrinkle into this thing. Because Adams is probably not going to play for at least a couple weeks, I would assume.
They said it didn't look good, so yeah, he's gonna be out for a while.
It didn't look good. He freaking quit on his route, dude. It was like that was bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
So I actually do like this doing Barkley here because then JSN like kind of functionally becomes an advance rate piece for us.
Sure.
And we can do Darnold later. Yeah, this is honestly a lot of what I do with JSN.
It is funny to me though that because I just think, we want to be able to project forward into where we're going to be thinking about these teams in the playoffs and, into the Super Bowl. Like we're trying to make projections. Last week during Monday night, I was sitting there scooping Eagles teams. No one wanted the Eagles. No one would touch the Eagles because they were watching the Eagles play football.
Yeah.
Right. And the least likely you are to you're of all times, you're the least likely to want to draft Eagles when you're watching the Eagles.
When you're watching them play.
It's incredibly unfun. So, but here we are with the Eagles, and the Eagles don't have the stink. They're not fun, but they don't have the stink.
They just won 31-0.
Yeah. Yep. So keep in mind that the Seahawks might beat the Rams.
I mean, the Rams lost to the Panthers 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, dude. So the Seahawks beat the Rams a week from now. It's going to be hard to get the Seahawks. So I don't think we should just be like, oh, Phillip Rivers. Like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't make me feel good. But like, what teams is the market allowing you to get at prices that might become unattainable in the future?
Yeah.
Even if it's a little bit gross, even if you have to kind of hold your nose a little, I think you do want to. I'm not saying you're going to slam Seahawks right now, but I'm saying, you should be open. You should be open.
Hurts
to take
win.
Kenneth Walker here.
I think I'd rather take ETN here to open up the second path because I don't really care if we don't get Kenneth Walker. You know what I'm saying?
I think ETN's fine. Yeah, we can take ETN.
Because ETN, it's more annoying if we don't get ETN because this has now opened up a second path to us, and we need that path opened because we took Barkley, but Hurts went. And so
We
now
should take Walker here, though.
Yes. Yeah. But it just would have been more annoying for this guy to our right to have, which he did take. So this guy's all in on the page. On the page.
I haven't seen. Oh, that's King Cost. So, buddy Nick.
He's in on the Patriots not getting the 1 seed. Which is,
I mean,
totally
I haven't seen this yet because like I said, I hadn't drafted this morning. But of course, this makes sense. You just go May Henderson Diggs because no one's taking Diggs really in the 3rd round. If you've got May Henderson, who's taking naked Diggs that early?
Yeah, I mean one of the.
This is a fun build. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, one of the things I was gonna say. One of the things you can do is just like more or less disregard ADP. Like, and your teams are going to be a lot different than 50% of the other teams drafted out of your draft slot in the conference. Like I was talking about that with Sack the other day. Like you basically you start your draft with JSN, but then you take ETN next, and then you do a JSN Ken Walker with 4 Jags, 4 Chargers. No one has that. You're gonna have like the only like there's gonna be 25 of those teams in the entire contest.
Yeah, I mean I've got that with Texans Jags stuff. I've been doing NFC Texans Jags, but also there's so much chaos in this tournament that really, really, really good teams are just going to be dead because they're not going to make it out of round 1. So building teams like other people that are building teams is okay.
Yeah.
You might need some random ass dude, right? It's like Cortland Sutton could be like, you just had to have Cortland Sutton in round 2 or whatever,
And now it just wants us to take Trevor Lawrence, which I will do. Because that's what you have to do. You do kind of just have to be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna to some degree, I'm gonna disregard average draft position and just get my guys.
Well, we want to slam a bunch of Jags and Seahawks to close here, probably. So It doesn't really matter. Like we should do what's going to disincentivize everyone else to take
our guys,
Jags and Seahawks.
Yeah, man. You know that we talked about this a lot on Ship Chasing yesterday, but the funniest thing about that Rivers game in hindsight was they did not ask Rivers to do anything that Riley Leonard could not have done. Philip Rivers 4.4 YPA yesterday. Like 3.8 net adjusted yards per attempt.
I will say, I mean, let me pull up the EPA on him.
He was fine. I'm not criticizing Philip Rivers.
It's the Seahawks, That's tough.
Yeah.
He was better than I thought he'd be.
He was about what I expected him to be.
Given the matchup, I think I thought it'd be worse. So he had minus 1.7 EPA. Brosmer against the Seahawks had minus 28 EPA. So keeping it on the rails is kind of impressive. At 44 years old, just joined the team that week. I'm going to give him a little bit of credit. That was, it's not like, wow, what a game. But I mean, kind of what a game. Kind of. For where I had the bar. I'm a little impressed.
Speaking of which, Big Cat, one of the Barstool guys, just brought up my tweet on their show this morning.
Dude, you're famous.
Someone just posted it in my Discord literally like 2 seconds ago.
You're actually famous now off this tweet. Myers is great.
Has to be Jacoby. Yeah, this is one where Kerrane, when my son was sick last week and I was trying to get in as many of the way too early wild cards as I could, I'd get to this point of the draft and I would just star an entire team and then I would just press the plane and leave.
Now, Strange or Darnold, I do think Darnold is helpful for the team.
I think Darnold helps. We're not going to have any competition for Strange. Darnold helps if for nothing else than helping us advance in one of the rounds.
Yeah, I think Darnold is a useful piece because Lawrence, even after he put up 40 points or whatever, he can just give you a 13er.
Yeah.
He's got that in him still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they have Mina
okay.
on? Did they bring on Mina to roast you?
No, they were just talking about the Phillip Rivers thing, but Big Cat said he agreed with me that like it is a disaster for the state of the NFL that like the Seahawks' best option in that spot was to bring in a 44-year-old grandfather.
How do you feel that like in the football universe, Big Cat agrees with you and Mina doesn't? Is that
Mina was wrong because Mina was wrong because Mina's like her a priori for her was she thought Riley Leonard was out.
Yeah, it's true. Mina had a faulty assumption.
Mina had and if which I think the Colts were encouraging. Like I think the Colts were like, it's definitely better if everyone thinks that Riley Leonard was out.
Right. Yeah. Well, they don't want to embarrass Riley Leonard.
I kind of liked Riley Leonard. Like I didn't like Riley Leonard, but I was like, I can kind of see Riley Leonard kind of becoming like a Gardner Minshew style, like not stylistically, but in terms of like his impact on the field.
Yeah.
Strange,
yeah.
Now, actually, you know who Riley Leonard could be? Coming back to our conversation from yesterday, he could be Tyler Shuck. Riley Leonard could super do the Tyler Shuck thing.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Shuck's bad is, I think, part of the issue for me. Who did they play like yesterday?
Carolina.
They beat the. Okay, so let's look that up. Tyler Shuck had a good game. 15
Shuck
EPA
Demon. Shuck Demon was good. Yes, dude. Right. Shuck Demon had like some off-platform throws.
All right, Shucky.
There are a couple guys in the extended film universe. So it wants us to take Parker Washington. To me, it feels like we should take a different NFC player and open up another potential Super Bowl.
It's just that if we build out the Jags, we're just like, we don't care who they play.
You know what?
We have the Jags covered.
Let's take Shaheed instead of Parker Washington.
I'm fine with Shaheed. Because that builds on our existing bet.
Yeah. It's the existing bet. Honestly, late round Shuck Demon in 2026 is gonna hit.
Yeah. I'm open to it.
I would say as of right now.
I mean, not like not really, but
I would say as of right now, given the context of this quarterback class and where the Saints are going to be picking in the draft, I would say Shuck starts week 1.
Dude, I think so too. The quarterback class, man, like Mendoza, I've talked about how I don't think he's a very good prospect, but he's going to go number 1.
Saints right now are not projected to pick until 7th.
Yeah, Shuck's going to be their guy, I think.
Wow, Shuck now has the Saints win record as a rookie with Arch Manning. Or with Archie Manning, sorry.
Not with Arch. Mendoza I have as like a worse prospect than Cam Ward and stuff. So, I'm not particularly hopeful about him, but I will say Dante Moore is like a way worse prospect in my stuff than Mendoza.
I was going to say, and people love Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard. People love Dante Moore. People really like Dante Moore.
Dante Moore, and we'll see. I mean, I know he could make a playoff run, and that because part of it is his resume is so thin that like he actually could boost himself in the playoffs in a pretty meaningful way in my model. But I'm like, right now it's like, what are you talking about? Like this is like this is Riley Leonard. This is Will Howard. This is some random. This is Kyle McCord. Like that, like he's
Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord, another practice squad quarterback, by the way, that could have been claimed by the Colts to start.
So right now, I mean, I'm not comping him to those players stylistically. I'm just saying like when I like plug in that Moore is going to be like the number 2 overall pick, it's like great. You should like maybe consider him in the 3rd round of a rookie draft. Then, like it's like really bad. It's really bad.
I don't like this class, and like Kerrane, I don't think we have a Fannin or a Tootin in this class. Like just the whole class.
The whole class?
It's
See, I haven't
not a
dug
very
in.
good class.
I haven't dug in on the scopes. I thought the wide receivers were supposed to be all right.
No, dude. There's there's two really good ones. And I don't even think it's locked that Mackay Lemon, sorry, is going to come out. I mean, I think he probably is going to come out, but like you've got these weird Ohio State guys. Chris Bell has a torn ACL. Casey Concepcion
I
is
thought Tate
undersized.
and Tyson were both. People are pretty excited about them as
I mean,
well as Lemon.
Tate's good. Tate's good. I have a feeling that we are going to get in, like, there are going to be lots of arguments to be had about Carnell Tate because he's had so many, tremendously good teammates. And I know the guy
Tyson has been banged up, right? I think I'm going to be in on Tyson.
Nick Harbor is the one. Nick Harbor is the one that I will be losing all the money on. He literally cannot catch.
Oh no!
But
look at this.
He's gonna Kerrane.
4-2-4. Yeah, Dave. This guy's made in the lab to take your money.
Dude, he's gonna have a 10 RAS. Like it will legit be 10. It will be 10. Like, dude, it's gonna be insane how good this guy is. And maybe I need to watch more of the running backs. Like, I don't know. Maybe like CJ Baxter's a pretty good.
No, the running back class sounds pretty bad after Love, right? Because Nick Singleton. I was listening to NFL Stock Exchange, and I believe Trevor compared. They're fairly high on Singleton, but I think Trevor said that he was like on the high end. We could be talking about a guy who's Tyler Algier. I was like, on the high end. I think that's what he said. It's off memory. I apologize if I got it wrong, but I'm pretty sure he said on the high end we could be talking about Tyler Algier. I was like, that's. I want that as my floor, brother.
I just remember at this time last year, I already had like more strong opinions about like who's going to be good and who's going to be bad than I do right now.
I kind of do like a crunch, like basically after week 17, I'm going to go, dive in. But I've been doing the quarterbacks kind of as we go because I like I don't know, I just kind of get a kick out of the quarterback stuff. Frankly, my quarterback stuff's been kind of crushing, so I like updating it as I go to get a sense of the class. So yeah, this quarterback class doesn't look good, but I didn't realize the rest of the class was. I thought Sadiq is supposed to be really good, right?
So there will be a blue chip running back, there'll be a blue chip wide receiver, maybe 2 blue chip wide receivers, and maybe 3 blue chip wide receivers. I guess Tate. Maybe I am underrating Tate. I mean, my convictions last year would have been that the quarterback class was overrated, that Byshell Tootin was undervalued, that Scadaboo was undervalued, that Fannin was undervalued. I think that Devin Neal was undervalued.
The convictions last year were that the running back class was really deep.
Yeah.
That the quarterback class was weak. And it was unclear who was going to go number 1 between Cam Ward and Shedeur. Right? Which should have been clear.
And we were both down on Cam Ward and Shedeur relative
to both
like
down
consensus.
On them. And then what was the wide receiver class consensus? I don't remember. Oh, the T-Mac was pretty good.
It was just like not a deep, not a good wide receiver class, which ended up basically being correct.
Yeah, it was an okay to below average wide receiver class with a guy that we liked up top.
Golden got a ton of pub from his combine.
Yeah. But yeah, it was not a great wide receiver class, I think was some of the early stuff.
Yeah. I just, you know what, man, I know I'm super mentally ill because I am still not ready to give up on Golden. I still kind of think there's something there. He looks good when he's on the field. Like it's like when you watched, like sometimes when I watch Worthy, I'm like, I just don't know how this works. But with Golden, I'm like, he's pretty good.
Yeah, but this is because you've watched too much Mecole Hardman.
Yeah.
Right? So you think when you see a guy who kind of reminds you of Mecole Hardman, you're like, okay, all right. Maybe he'll catch a game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. But the rest of us see this guy and we're like, this isn't
get this guy out of here. Yeah.
This is why you like Marvin Mims, I think, because you're like these part-time guys.
Well, Marvin Mims. So Marvin Mims is actually good. I think if Marvin Mims was coached by anyone else, I think we would view Marvin Mims very similarly to how we view someone like Josh Downs?
I don't know. I truly mean I don't know. Like Sean Payton to me is a mystery because when I see what he's doing, I'm like, why won't he just like play his players? Like, why is he insisting on?
Why does Michael Bandy need to catch a touchdown?
Yeah, why is little Jordan Humphrey back and like a part of the offense again? Like, why is Tyler Bidet like seeing work? Like this does, and he's like he loves talking these guys up, and then he plays them, and it's like it feels like no one can be in a rhythm. You know, like you're rotating out your receivers to get Michael Bandy on the field. Like that can't be great for your quarterback, right? Like Evan Ingram's playing okay, but he's only running 50% of the routes. Like it just seems so strange. But the Broncos win games and the defense is awesome.
Games.
And you know, the offensive line is great. Like he's doing you can't really argue with like he's built the Broncos back up. They're way better than they used to be. Even if this team is obviously not as good as its record, but it's like still way better than, you know, it was before he got there. So like maybe he's just like a terrible drafter and can't, and like he just like his like Harvey's like been a huge disappointment to him, and that's why he wasn't playing him. And Franklin is like kind of a, you know, a fine enough 4th round pick, but not someone he actually feels comfortable leaning on, and you know, so on and so on. I don't know, but I'm like, it is strange. Like it's just really strange the kind of constant rotation at like the skill players that he seems to have year after year. But he doesn't do that with Sutton.
He does, because Sutton is a mix of like Sutton is a good route runner, good pass catcher, and big and can pass block. Because he wouldn't rotate out Michael Thomas, right? Like because he was like, okay, well, you're elite. If you're good, Sean Payton just wants you to do the thing you're good at. He's not going to ask you to do things you're below average or average at just to keep you on the field. He's like, oh yeah, we'll keep Lil Jordan out there because I mean, Lil Jordan in the offseason had converted a tight end for the Giants. Like he is a blocker.
Yeah.
You know, so that and I don't think Sean Payton is like a bad coach, obviously, but it's just very annoying for us.
Can you pull up J Paul's comment? We're like a sister wife. Why does Sean sleep at these other wide receivers' houses?
Yeah. Dreaming of Sunday said Payton is an NFL polygamist. Just gets everyone involved.
He gets everyone. He figures out what everyone's good at, and that's what he asks them to do.
Yeah, very simple, very very simple. And I'm not like, it's just anyway. It's like I really wish. I mean, Marvin Mims on the Cowboys, he's going nuclear.
I don't think so.
Marvin Mims on the Jaguars. Marvin Mims on the Jaguars.
Oh, I don't think Marvin Mims is that good, man.
Marvin Mims is good. On a per target basis, Marvin Mims has been good since he's been 18 years old.
But that might be a Peyton effect in the NFL. That he's like, he was using him out of the backfield and doing all this stuff. Like Marvin Mims might be just buried on a depth chart somewhere. Yeah. Marvin Mims might be a bust somewhere, like truly, because no one else is willing to use what he's specifically good at, even though he's not a complete wide receiver.
It's possible. But it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like even just like watching Mims, I'm like, he can clearly do more. Because like even like think about like his break, like the huge games he's had. It's been like a combination of the downfield stuff and the like gimmick screen like stuff.
See, Money, I was in on Mims coming out. I liked Mims. So this isn't an anti-Mims prospect take, but like, let's be honest. You know, the dude's a bust. He was a 2nd round pick. He's a straight up bust.
I stand by this. If the Chiefs had a league average running back this year, they're maybe not win the Super Bowl, but they're for sure making the postseason.
Yeah.
That I stand by it. You cannot finish 32nd in the NFL in explosive run rate for 3 straight years.
Now you did bring me on and you asked me if they win the AFC. So you said alone they would win the Super Bowl. You tried to get me to say they'd win the AFC. I refused.
Correct. I did. I said they'd win the Super Bowl. Chiefs with Ramondre. I mean, imagine Ramondre on the Chiefs.
I don't have to imagine. They have Kareem Hunt.
Come on. Well, Ramondre is actually worse in short yards than Hunt, but he is slightly more explosive.
Like ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly. Ever the finest.
Imagine them with JT.
So I've had this argument with like my like real life buddies, like my Chiefs fans, like who I went to high school and college with. I actually ultimately think having a running back that good makes them worse because it does take them
Not
away.
with Andy.
Maybe not.
Not with
well,
Andy.
maybe not in 2025 NFL.
Yeah, I think with JT it would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is JT can catch the ball.
Can we get Keaton Mitchell to the Chiefs? That if he signed a 2-year, $16 million deal with the Chiefs, I mean, I'm unbelievably happy for the Kansas City Chiefs.
The problem with Keaton Mitchell is like he's sort of like an e-bike or something, where like he gets up to speed incredibly quickly. You know, you're like, woo! You know, like all of a sudden you're there. But then it doesn't, there's no top gear. You're cruising at like 19. You know, you're never hitting 20. Like he has no, there's so many times where Keaton Mitchell breaks away into the open field and it's like hit that final gear. He has got no final gear. Maybe it's the return from injury. I don't know, but like it's all acceleration, no velocity. Aaron put it much more succinctly. It's confusing to watch because he's so fast to get to top speed, and then you think anytime you see someone that is that fast getting to accelerating that quickly, they always have another gear.
Right.
You know, it's Gibbs. You're like, oh my God, I just saw a guy go do a Gibbs. But Gibbs, you know, keeps going faster and faster. And he just stops. It's almost like he slows down. It's like an optical illusion. It actually looks like he slows down when he hits top speed.
You know,
I have Keaton Mitchell on some best ball teams that didn't advance, if you couldn't tell.
Yes. I mean, I have him. I mean, I drafted a ton of Keaton Mitchell. I think that it honestly could just be like he hasn't got enough carries thing. Like if he had gotten 150 carries, then like this probably would have figured itself out.
I think it's the knee injury. I think he lost his.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I think it's probably the knee injury because he's still got the acceleration. I mean, it looks awesome, but
yes, yeah.
And maybe he'll come back. Maybe you know, another year removed. I would like to see it.
I mean, the thing is, though, is that they have been turning over more of the offense to him because Derrick Henry looks so bad, which is tough.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Not really sure.
Hey, at least, you know, say what you want about leg up. At least you don't have a big bag of Derrick Henry at the 1-2 turn.
Yeah, got Ashton Genty instead. Which is what I have. It's like, well, I was right to not take Derrick Henry, but I wasn't right. Yeah, I guess what was even the right thing? I guess every time you got a 1-2 turn pick, you should have taken Achane or Puka.
Achane, who I was like more in on than Henry, but not in on enough. Puka was a smash. I mean, which we were all over when he fell. But often pairing him with you know, Brian Thomas or something.
Yeah. All right, I got to get out of here. Kerrane, we'll be back on, I'm sure, sometime this week. It's fully playoff best ball season, as our regular season best ball bags have ended, and we are going to keep getting our stimmies paid out. LegendaryUpside.com, and we're gonna be drafting with the kick.
Yeah, we got the stimmies. That's true.
We got the stimmies.
Drafting with the kick, getting these playoff best ball teams. The beautiful thing about these playoff best ball drafts, I gotta say, is like you jump in and you're like, I know how this goes. Like I understand kind of what to do, what I'm building, and then like another result comes in and it shakes it all up, and there's like a new. It's so different from the summer, right? Where like there can be weeks where it's just like I'm in these rooms and I feel like I know what to do. I'm almost building on autopilot. At most, you feel like that for like 3 or 4 days, and then it's like totally new landscape. So right?
Yep.
Because it's like there's me. I don't know what the Thursday night game is, but it might shake up the playoffs or whatever. Every week we get new results, new draft rooms. So yeah.
No, I completely agree. It just and like tonight's result could change things.
Tonight's results could change things. Steelers lose. It's a pretty big deal. Yeah.
The answer to this is it matters.
Oh,
when
Thursday Night Football's Rams Seahawks, dude. So like literally from now till like tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoon is like its own little mini slate, and then Thursday to Sunday is its own little mini slate.
The answer to this is yes, assuming you get paid out this year. Sometimes the contest, like if you get until week 17, Purple Yosh, it's not going to pay out until 2026, so it changes your liability.
Well, I don't know if that's true this year. Week 17. NFL
I think week
schedule.
17 is not until January.
Week 17 is on Monday, December 29th.
Okay, when's Monday Night Football, though?
Monday, December 29th.
Okay, well, it depends on how freaking quick
depends
they
on
pay
how
it
fast that you get paid. So like DraftKings might pay out in 2025. It'll depend. I don't know if Underdog will or not.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if either site will, but it's something to consider for this year, because usually it's like the game is on the new year or whatever.
Yes.
But anyway, if you, let's say the more simple thing to answer is if you have winnings that hit your account from early January from last year's stuff, then yes, it depends. Talk to your accountant. Talk to your accountant. But my understanding is that it would be losses against those winnings.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Like the stream on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the Sidekick over at legendaryupside.com. And